So what is up, guys? Welcome to another Dynasty webinar. Welcome to everybody who is their first webinar. One thing I just really want to stress, a little public service announcement. If you're in the webinar right now, your interaction is very important in Dynasty webinars. And I'm not saying like, I am saying you really need one of the biggest benefits of Dynasty is that we meet in such small groups and kind of mastermind that you really have the opportunity to just sit here and, literally talk to me and you have the opportunity to talk to the great Becker and he will tell you marketing, but you have the opportunity to get up here and kind of hit me up one-on-one. And there's not that many people in this webinar right now. There's about 25 people. So if you can really picture a room, it's really a lot more one-on-one. I can hear exactly what you're saying. If you type anything in, I see it almost right away. So keep that on mind. And so if you're watching this from recording, you're really missing out if you're not attending the webinars, because it's one of the best things about Dynasty, because we can kind of shoot the shit back and forth one-on-one. And if you're here, I highly encourage you to throw your 2 cents in whenever you feel it is needed. Okay, so hey there, what's going on? So real quick, what I'm working on right now. I always talk about what I'm working on real quick at it. I told you, reuniting my marketing campaigns for new clients in the medical industry. I kind of already showed you guys that a little bit last webinar. You guys saw a little brief demo of it in the kind of free webinar that we put on. And but we're going to get getting a lot more into that today. And of course, you guys have probably seen that I'm designing the relaunch for Autopilot V2. We got all that kind of stuff going on, and I will be kind of breaking that down in a later webinar. It's looking to be probably our biggest launch of all time. Not so much on the public side, but the agency side. We got a few agencies competing for some very, very large contracts. Like the agencies are actually competing. I'm going to actually show you guys how to do that as well. And then what I'm also working on is setting up new marketing material for automated high-end client generation tactics. A little bit of what I showed you guys in the free webinar, we're going to be getting way more into today, is I'm literally, what I want to do is I want to set up a way to draw on high-end clients that's almost automated, where the ads run all the time, the whatever runs all the time, and up until the actual, like the first meeting where we meet and decide if we're right for each other, it's almost all completely automated. So now I can just really sit back, work in my business, and then just the clients and the applications will come through. And that sounds pretty cool to me. How many people would like to just have a business where you're not even actively going out there and getting clients anymore? You have ads running, you have webinar replays running and stuff like that naturally bring the clients to you, and you just check your email every few days. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. All right, and I've gotten 2 clients, about to have my 3rd client, and we're finishing up is that one surgeon client I told you guys about. You probably saw the email in the free webinar. But I've gotten it kind of down to not so much a science, but 3 times in a row that's increased my income by well over 5 figures every single month. And so if I can get that down, I can just keep reeling the 5K per month clients, and I can start signing them to other people, have other people running their SEO, and then we'll just it can really snowball. So that's a pretty cool thing, So awesome stuff, And then what you're going to see today is really how to just reel in. Oh shit, you can't see it. All right, I didn't have my screen shown. All right, what you're going to see today is really just kind of the system I use, and no matter what advertising platform you're using, I know a lot of people right now, you might be like focusing on like, well, I want to use Facebook ads or I want to use email marketing. Whatever type of platform you're using or something like that, this is essentially the core, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. So we're just going to get right down into it today, all right? And we're just going to be focusing on creating advertising. And this is just a meme I made earlier today, and it cracks me up. So there you go. But we're going to be talking about writing advertising, kind of Donald Draper style, the essence of writing really, really effective ads. And over the next few months, what I'm going to be showing you to do in Dynasty, because what I really want, a lot of stuff, like I can show you to build a massive SEO brand and stuff like that, but I really want, people to be able to come in here and say, I joined this month, got my first high-end client, and then started making my own software or whatever like that. I'd like people to, now we understand the mindsets, apply those mindsets to make some money very quickly on top of growing your brand and all that other stuff we talked about. And we're going to be getting into that a lot more. And all the things I talked about so far, the toolkit, especially what I talked about in the last webinar, it's very, very important. So I'm going to be showing you to get customers from point A to point B, primarily high-end customers, or even lower end if you want to start there. Getting a person who buys a $50 product and getting a person who buys a $10,000 product, it's 2 kind of different game plans. Neither one of them is necessarily harder than the other. They're both pretty, I'm not going to say easy, all right? I'm not going to say it's easy, but when you have the process down, it is easy. It's like, for a person who's never played guitar before, playing a crazy solo, pretty hard, but if it's like Van Halen, it's pretty easy for them. So we're going to get to that kind of Van Halen kind of, what's the word for it? Understanding of the skill set. And I talked a lot about the toolkit last webinar. I talked about you guys getting that going. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back, watch the last webinar. Extremely important. And I talked about having the toolkit ready. And the more complete your toolkit is, the more complete you've taken the stuff that I talked about and applied it, actually went out there and applied it, the easier it is going to be to run these ads, the easier it's going to be able to get customers to do what you want because you have the ammunition when you need it. All right. And this stuff really applies to any industry. The stuff I'm going to talk about tonight, if you are running another business right now or stuff like this, the stuff I'm going to tell you tonight is literally just the key to getting anybody to buy anything online, not just SEO, but the way I'm going to be focusing on is SEO. So I'm going to be up here, talking about the cores of getting people to buy anything. That's something I think I kind of excel at, but we're going to be focusing it with an SEO angle. And that's really the huge benefit about Dynasty is going to show you how to turn your SEO skill set into something that makes gargantuan a lot of money. Okay, if you can tell, I've been on a 12-hour power work session day, just preparing autopilot and all sorts of stuff like that. So I'm not quite as quick and witty, but I'll catch up and start telling fart jokes and stuff like that here in a sec. So what are we getting into today? We're going to be getting into basically building ads. All right, with high-end clients and stuff like that, and basically attracting people to your high-end businesses, your high-end clients especially. This is just the best way to get them there because it's just cold calling and stuff like that. And I'm going to explain why that doesn't really work here in a little bit. But running advertising and getting clients to come to you is just the best way to do this. And when it comes to high-end clients, like I said, I talked about Lamborghini marketing in the free webinar. And when you're doing Lamborghini marketing, it's more about attracting the really high-end affluent customers. By affluent, I mean people with money. I'm going to be using that word a lot. It's a good word to use. And when it comes to these type of customers, it's more so about making them come to you, and that's how you really complete the sales with them. When it comes to kind of making lower end sales, it's more about hard selling, getting people, pushing people over the edge. When it comes to selling a Lamborghini, you want the person to be coming to you, and there's very little sales resistance. All right, it's kind of different. Like the process between selling a Kia and a Lamborghini are two very, very different things, and it just depends on having what attracts the person who will buy the Lamborghini or the person who will buy the $10,000 per month SEO promotion that you're going to be running from. So, AKA, what we're going to be getting into is what I like to call short ad copywriting. All right, and just real quick, I know a lot of people here. How many people have ever even written copy before? How many people have ever thought they could be good at writing ads? Real quick, someone asked how many cans of NOS have I had today? I don't even drink caffeine anymore. But yeah, a lot of people think I wouldn't be that good at having creating ads. One thing I want to stress to you guys real quick is about a year and 3/4 ago, I didn't even know what the word copywriting means. If you don't know what it means writing an ad or a sales page or whatever like that, creating something to get someone to do something. But I literally didn't even know what the word copywriting means. That when Alex Cass told me about it, I thought he was copywriting stuff and trademarking things. I'm what does that mean? So if you're a person right now who thinks, I don't think I could ever write an ad, or I don't think I could ever really sell someone via an advertisement or my website or something like that, it's the most useful skill set you can have online. It's the best skill set of all time. I'm going to explain it here in a sec. But just to keep that in mind, with how far I've come in a year and a half, just doing it over and over again, I've written copyright and it's generated a good amount of money. I don't really have the numbers right there, but it's getting close to just sold over $1 million of SEO or generated over millions of dollars of SEO income. So it's something I'm somewhat good at. When myself or Cass, we get hired sometimes to help with SEO copy and stuff like that. We can literally charge up to $10,000 for just an SEO sales page because we're pretty good at it. So this information I'm giving you right here is just absolutely essential when it comes to selling SEO, and it's just extremely it's like the Achilles heel of getting high-end clients. And what I like to also lay out there is that copywriting is like the core of making money. You can't do anything well. You can't really attract clients. You can't sell as much as you want until you can do this. Hence why I'm starting with this before saying, all right, we're going to buy an ad here, here, and here. And there we go. I want people to be able to buy ads knowing how to make the basic advertisement that will attract the client. And like I talked about, one thing I want to lay out there real quick, and I know everybody here, I'm not going to really pull the punches in the Dynasty webinars. I'm not really going to ever bullshit you guys. I highly encourage you to not be afraid to invest in your business. Yeah, if you have problems spending money to make money, then you're going to be in trouble later on, or you're going to be in trouble now. All right, so first off, not pulling any punches there. However, with the advertising we're going to be running, I've had kind of a difficulty now not spending money. You know, I'm totally okay spending, you know, $3,000 per month, but like the amount of, you know, advertising I really need, it's staying under, you know, it's staying in the hundreds. So if you're really worried about spending too much, it's not really that big of a worry right now because of how we're going to be targeting right there and stuff like that. So just really keep that in mind, is that copywriting is really the core of making money online. And I go so far to say, you know, I'm probably one of the better SEO copywriters online. I'm sure there's other copywriters that will, you know, can make an ad, you know, 5 times better than me. But when it comes to SEO copywriting, I'd say I'm pretty good. So the person who's up here teaching about how to write SEO copy and sell SEO, I don't know if there's many people that can do it better than me. So keep that in mind. Tooting my own horn, all right? So just keep that all in mind. All right, so tonight's lesson, we have a lot of stuff to get into, all right? First thing I'm going to talk about is copywriting first. A lot of people here are probably thinking, you know, you're like, well, no, I want to see how to make epic Facebook ads now. And, you know, you can make an epic Facebook ad all day, but until you know how to write the copy that attracts people to the ad and what the copy after that needs to look like, and what the copy, you know, after what you're going to be doing afterwards looks like, you're really just going to be buying Facebook ads for no reason. You're really going to be buying those email lists I talked about in the webinar for no reason. You're going to be buying LinkedIn ads for no reason. It's kind of like, you know, giving you a gun with no ammunition. It's just, there's no point. You have to have the bullets to get the kills. So that's what I'm going to be talking about first. I'm going to be showing you the goal of an ad and understanding, you know, the base of what an ad is supposed to do. Whether it's a sales page, whether it's your website, whether it's anything, you have to understand how ads are supposed to be done, how people need to read ads, how they're going to do all that kind of stuff. It's absolutely essential. And the funny thing is, you know, after this webinar, you really could just probably go and start buying Facebook ads and playing with LinkedIn ads after this. Like, this is 9/10 of what you need to know. The last 10th is just going out there and, you know, fiddling around with the networks and stuff like that. I'm going to be showing you how high-end clients are sold to via ads. This is, you know, how many people out there, you're like, your first thought maybe was like, you know, I'm not a paid traffic marketer. How many people, like, you know, thought that? Just be honest. Just throw one out there if you thought that or whatever. You know, there you go. You know, got a bunch of people right there. All right, you see only a few people actually typing one. All right. Well, that's cool. That's very good. So anyways, when you're doing like most people's interpretation of paid traffic is you get an affiliate, you find an affiliate program that works, all right, and then you buy tons of ads and you spend $100 a day until you can get like the perfect kind of ROI back from it, and then start making money with it. Now, that's kind of challenging to do. You know, I know a lot of people that do that have some success with it, but one thing you really got to keep in mind is that's not really what we're doing. We're not buying mass advertisement. In fact, we're buying very little advertisement. You know, for example, if we were like trying to sell a vacuum cleaner through the mail, you know, we'd be sending out, you know, thousands and thousands of letters. If we're trying to sell to, you know, mommy makeover surgeons, we're only going to be sending a few letters. Therefore, the cost, it's really hard to actually generate a large, you know, just, I don't know what the word for it is. A large, this is a mass advertising, right? So I'm going to show you how high-end clients are, they need to be sold to a lot different from advertising than just basic advertising out there. I'm going to show you the rules of any copy, all right? The things you need to just follow to make sure that that copy works, all right? Just point blank, all right? I'm going to be showing you how to identify your target and understanding them. I'm going to be showing you what I like to call laser sniping attraction. I'm going to show you how to identify their values to get them to do what you want to do. And I'm going to show you how to get them to take action, okay? As you can see, I made this, you know, get ready, prepare yourself. I kind of overdid it tonight. We have quite a lot of to get to. So, Carissa says, you know, super targeted ads equal low spend. Yep, exactly. You know, probably the most expensive thing you can do right now with this type of marketing is when you just literally go out there and you buy the leads. When you really have a good idea of who your target market is, you can go out there and you can buy leads for a pretty good price and just get like an insane ROI. Like, you can go out there and you can buy, you know, you can buy a list of, you know, 40,000 surgeons for $5,000 or something like that. And if you get one surgeon out of the whole entire list to hop on, and I'm not just saying surgeons, construction companies, whatever. If you get one client out of that, you've already made your ROI back for the year. If they stick with you for the year, back, you know, almost 25 times. Like, it's really, the ROI with high-end clients is just so great, and that's why it's something we need to talk about first. So, someone asked, you know, what's the average dollar amount we talk about? On Facebook ads, you know, I'll try and spend anywhere from $20, just around $20 a day. What I'm really focused on right now, what I actually just did is I just bought a surgeon email list. I'm just I bought a portion of it for $800. Not really that expensive. You can buy smaller portions, you can buy bigger portions. That's not really that big of an investment considering, the fact that I got, a couple thousand certain emails on it, and then I can just email it. If I get like 3 more clients off of that, holy shit, like that thing is paid for itself like 100 times over. So just keep that in mind. So first off, a lot of people might be asking, why aren't we looking at Facebook ads? Why aren't we looking at buying advertising right now? Why aren't we doing this, this, and this? All right. A lot of people might actually be peeved. Actually, I think is everybody here happy? Give me a 2 real quick if you're happy. Okay, great. There we go. Yeah. So there's just someone in the back of like the room just, I'm so pissed right now. All right. And the reason why I'm not jumping straight into like, hey, we're just going to go load up the Facebook panel and start buying ads, is because you probably don't know how to just make a plain ad, just a simple ad to get a person from point A to point B that would have just a simple conversion rate. I'll tell you how to use Facebook ads right now, all right, for what we're doing, all right? You go to Facebook, you click create an ad, you click choose your demographic, and you click go, all right? You guys saw during the free webinar, it's not exactly rocket science that I'm doing over there. And a lot of times you're probably thinking like, well, do we need like statistics, tracking, all kind of stuff like that? I haven't really used that too much. I can see how many clicks I've gotten. My ads are so targeted, and it's really just such small numbers that I'm playing with. I don't really need like tracking, statistical, and like this microscopic, all sorts of stuff like that. So you don't really have to worry about that. I mean, like if you're thinking about like the nitty gritty stuff right now, don't really focus on that because this is more of a big picture kind of plan. There aren't very many little cogs. It's that you get the big picture of everything. And sending anybody out to the Facebook ads right now without teaching you how to make an ad, first off, it's like giving someone a football playbook. Like, hey, these are the plays you need to run without teaching them the rules of football. All right. So it's just going to be a total cluster if you let them out in the field. So if you can't write good ads, it doesn't really matter with 2 T's right there. It doesn't really matter what type of platform you use. You can be using LinkedIn. You can be buying media buys. You can buy email lists. And you're really just going to be wasting your money. So I don't want to send a bunch of everybody in Dynasty out there like, and then spending like thousands of dollars on Facebook ads and no one gets a return on investment. That would make me really sad. So keep that in mind. Now, what I want to talk about first is copywriting. And it's basically where everything starts online. And if you really will take anything from Dynasty, you say after this, you just say, you know what, I don't want to do SEO ever again. Becker he's a loser. I hate him. You leave Dynasty. You like throw your computer out the window in anger, eventually buy another computer a year later. The one thing I want you to remember about online marketing, if you ever want to make money online, lots of money online, is copywriting is where everything literally starts. All right. It's where everything starts and ends. All right. It's like the core of internet marketing. It's a very, very funny thing. All right. So understand this. Every single piece of ad, every single piece, any place where traffic is sent with the goal of making money is sent to a copy, is sent to a sales page, is sent to something that is meant to convince someone to do something. All right. The SEO traffic that you might have generated from your affiliate sites, you're sending them to a copy. All right. And just think about that real quick. All right. I want you guys to think about if you ever made like an SEO website or you're selling leads and stuff like that, or you're sending your traffic to an affiliate program. That person right there with the affiliate program made that ad, he's literally doing nothing but writing a good copy that converts people, and you're sending him traffic. Like he literally, all he had to do was just make something that sells. All right, he just had to make like he just had to get in Photoshop, make something that convinces people to do something, and then he had to just split his money with you. And then he doesn't have to go out there and get all the traffic. He doesn't do anything. And because he wrote a good copy, he can generate traffic just like that. Like people will send it to them. All right, so keep that in mind. Every time traffic is sent around the internet with the purpose of making money, it always, always, always ends up at a copy, and every product starts at a copy. All right. So when you're making your own business, when you're selling stuff online, when you're selling to high-end clients, when you're creating anything in SEO really that you want to sell, it all starts and ends with a copy. All right. If you don't have a good copy, you can't launch your product. If you don't have a good copy, you can't buy ads. If you don't have if you're sending people to a place that has bad copy, it's not going to convert. All right. It literally is the core of every single thing when it comes to internet marketing. All right, and the more you know about copy, the more you can get people to do what you want online. But that's really the goal of everything we're doing there. Now, all ads ever made rely on their copy to move traffic. All right, if you buy millions of dollars of advertising, it is completely pointless unless you have a copy that gets a person to move a certain way or do something or to complete a certain action. All right, every single ad you see relies on copy. All right, and the first step to getting ads to work, and the first and last step to getting an ad to work is having an effective copy. All right, whether you're selling high-end clients, whatever you're doing, if you don't know how to make people do stuff, anything you do is just utterly pointless. All right, so keep that in mind. Like this, if you're really having trouble getting clients and stuff online, the problem is not with your lack of action. It's probably with where you're sending people or how you're trying to get people to do things. All right, so keep that in mind. Now, while certain platforms tracking the nitty-gritty stuff will always be changing online. Facebook ads is a pretty good place to go right now. Google AdWords does work as well. They will always be changing, but they always live and die by their copy. There's since the dawn of mailing people shit in their mailbox, all right? Since the second you can annoy somebody against their will and send them an ad, it has always lived and died by the copy. So 50 years from now, ads online or whatever we are, like maybe our little interconnected brains or whatever, it will still live and die by copy. All right. So does everybody understand why this is so important, real quick? All right, give me a 1 if you understand why this is really, this is like extremely important to comprehend. All right. Now think about the best like ClickBank products out there. How many of you guys you've heard about ClickBank products like making like $10,000 a day or something like that? Like someone releases a ClickBank product. Like some of those products on ClickBank are just making like $5,000 to $10,000 a day for the owner. All right, and give me a 2 if you've heard about products and stuff like that. Yeah. Okay, so what made them successful? What made them successful? Just throw it in there, throw it out. What made these products successful? The copy. Why do affiliates, when you're going through affiliate programs and you're choosing where to send your traffic, what do you base it on? The copy. All right. So what makes the product successful? What makes an ad convert? What makes a high-end client convert to you? Is it the advertisement you're buying? Or is it the copy behind the advertisement? I think that's a loaded question now, so keep that in mind. Yeah, and the thing is, really, guys, what I'm going to also tap into is that we don't really need to be good-ass copywriters to get high-end clients. And I'm going to explain that theory here in a second. With CV products, or ClickBank products, they're designed to convert around 3% out of every 100 people that come there. All right, so 3 out of 100 people. All right, that's a pretty good conversion rate for just completely cold traffic. Now, you got to understand the big challenge with the ClickBank products is there's thousands of different people coming through there. So it has to, at best, it can really only match what 3% of the people are really looking for in there. But we're not really sending thousands of people. We're sending one very, very tiny demographic there. So we can like literally map out their entire thought process down to like a science. And so I'm going to explain it here in a second. And the big question is, real quick, if you're worried real quick about why we're not talking about directly buying advertising right away, but the big question is, what will get you a high-end client to choose you? What will get them to choose you? The platform you're using, your ad buying skills, or your ad writing skills? All right, loaded question. All right. Yeah, the advertising medium means very little. It doesn't take that long to figure out an advertising medium. All right. Yeah, exactly. So that's what I really want to talk about real quick. And I want to give you the process that I've been using a lot to just close pretty highly. It's not like I'm closing like 5 clients a day. If I close 2 clients a month, I'm increasing my income by at least $10,000 a month. Do that for a year. That's $1 million income just from getting more clients. So it really builds up, and this is why it's just such an exciting thing that I actually kind of stumbled upon. Really, I really never thought of myself as the ad buying kind of consulting type of guy, and then I just realized how easy it is. And again, the sales pitch for Dynasty is over. I'm just up here telling you it's just easy. If you can talk and you have all your fingers attached, right? If you have like a pelican like nose and like you have like wings on your back and you like speak Yiddish 24/7, you might have trouble doing this. But in any other case, you might have. It's pretty easy. Now, the last thing I really want to make is all money made online directly revolves around how well you can get people to take action, not where you get them to take action. Okay, that's the big point right there. All right, it doesn't matter where the hell you're doing it, as long as you can get them to take action. It doesn't matter where. All right, so keep that all in mind. Now, the goal of an ad, all right, the goal of any ad, and it's very simple stuff, is first off to get a person to take action. All right, but there's this. It's really funny when you see people writing ads, is they really lose sight of the action they want the person to take, or they don't. There's too many different directions going on, and there's a lot of just, what's the word for it? There's a lot of different roads the person can take. All right. So, you know, a really funny thing I actually saw the other day, I was watching a Frank Kern video, and there's actually just this 3-step selling process. And it's literally, you know, tell people what you got. How did it go? Tell people what you got, tell them what's going to do for them, and tell them what you want them to do. All right. And whenever you're thinking about writing an ad or anything like that, and I've written many ads before. I didn't know that before, but it's really just a step by step. Like if you follow those 3 things, you're going to have a lot of trouble making a mistake doing this because it's just that simple. But there's different actions of an ad, and they require different methods to encourage. Forcing someone to opt into something takes a different approach than making someone buy something. All right. And the thing is, people really take the same approach with both of them in a way. All right. And I'll kind of explain that. And the even deeper view is that the ad gets viewed and understood and has attention. You can have an ad that attracts people in. Like I could put a picture of, I don't know, you know, I was going to say something inappropriate there, but I didn't because I'm being professional tonight. But you could like put a picture of, you know, some hot girl on, you know, the follow everyone around that likes SEO Moz, and you can have like people, like 100 people click on that. But if you don't know how to get people to view it and comprehend it, like this is just the basis thing. But how many times have you seen an ad and you didn't have enough attention on it to like even comprehend what it was really selling? All right. And how many times you hear ads on the radio? How many times you see ads on Facebook? You might have clicked on it, but you don't really comprehend that. All right. Just give me a 1 or a 2 or Facebook or face roll on the keyboard if you've done that. Yeah. So at the core point, to create desire in a person, and this is just, you know, some deep selling shit right here. To create desire in a person, you have to make them understand it. All right. This is something that gets really lost in a lot of ads. Actually, I look at like WSO sales pages all the time and stuff like that. And the one thing they really fail to do is make a person understand. That's the main thing. You got to make a person understand what it's going to do for them, what's going to happen, right? You got to get someone to view it. And you got to get someone to understand. What I really see people doing a whole lot is they don't know how to get a person to actually pay attention to an advertisement. They don't know how to get them to pay attention. And then after that, if you can't get a person to pay attention, you can't make them understand it. All right. And so keep that in mind. That's why, like, for example, you know, just really quick, like, if you guys ever see any sales videos I do, like the latest one for, you know, Source Autopilot, if you guys saw the opt-in for that, all right, I start the video playing guitar. Why would I do that? Someone throw that out. Like, why would I start the video playing guitar? Did someone throw something out there? Someone said it's amusing. Interrupt. Someone said attention getter. Yeah. Someone said because you're a psycho. All right. The exact reason I did that is because when people came through, they were waiting for me to be like, all right, well, this is, wow, 7 people got rankings, and we would like to show you the results now. I did that. I got their attention, and then right after I have a person's attention, I say, focus on me now. All right. Now that that's done, I point at me and say, focus on me, and then I have their attention, and now I'm making them understand it. All right, and that's one of the things you really want to focus on with your ads and stuff like that. It's a very simple thing, but really keep that in mind. So, another note, you know, what I'm teaching you guys right now is exactly how I will make, you know, ads like that. That the autopilot thing, you know, it had the 30%, you know, opt-in rate for the people I've sent to it. So, you know, it's going really well. Though, you know, we're not really going to have spots for all those people, but it's just keep that in mind. So, the levels of an ad. All right, and let me see where we're at real quick. All right. You got to go through these phases whenever you're writing anything. And I'm going to be giving you guys basically exactly what to say in your advertisements. I'm going to be showing you examples. I'm going to be showing you everything like that. But you have to have the understanding first. I'm going to be showing you examples and all sorts of stuff here in a sec. All right. But the levels of ad, the first things, and this is my kind of 4 levels. There's all sorts of different other dictionary terms out there, marketing terms out there. But you have to achieve these 4 things to get anybody to do anything. You have to achieve these 4 things to get a high-end client to do something. All right. It works with any person. You must create attention and interest. All right, and I'm going to be showing you. And there's different ways to create attention and interest. A lot of times when you're doing broader advertising, all right, sort of like the Source Autopilot, where I'm sending it out to an email list, you know, 40,000, close to 50,000 people to get people to go there. All right. When I focused on that, I had to get their attention immediately by doing, you know, playing guitar or something like that, or something like that. There's no way that I'd be able to draw attention to them, get all those people to focus on me without being super specific, or losing a bunch of people here, there, and there. When it comes to a high-end client, all right, like Hernan. Hey, Hernan, do I have your attention? Say yes or no. There you go. I call that your name, all right? There's different, of course you're watching this, you're paying attention to what I'm saying right now, But when you get to really specific kind of not mass advertising we're doing, the best way to get someone's attention is to call them out by exactly who they are. If I say Hernan Vasquez, hey, if I put that in an advertisement, I will have your attention. Like if I start up a sales video, I'm like, Hernan, dude, listen now. You will listen to what I'm saying, guaranteed. Now, that's exactly what we're going to be doing with high-end clients, all right? Because we're going to niche them down to such a point where, you know, if I say, surgeon, you, $500,000 per year, you do mommy makeovers. If this is you, you need to listen to me right now, all right? If that guy's driving, listening to me on the radio, he's looking at my Facebook ad, he's looking at my sales page, he's going to go, all right, what's up? All right, so keep that in mind. Now, understanding, all right? After you have someone's attention, the main thing you got to do is make them understand what is on the page. And that ties in a lot with desire. You have to make them understand the benefit of what they're reading, the benefit of what's going to happen. You have to first make them understand what's going to happen, okay? You have to, like, for example, I'm going to show you the ad, and it says, free training from this person, you know, this webinar right here. This is what's going on, all right? This is what I have, all right? And this is how it's going to help you. So I have to make them understand how it's going to help them. I have their attention, but you have to make them understand exactly what you have. All right, that's the second thing you have to do. You have to make them understand, okay, this is an SEO service. Or at a better point, you know, when I'm attracting high-end clients, I usually like to bring them to a webinar first because they don't know what SEO is, and there's no way I can make them understand what SEO is in a short sales page. All right, that's why some of the high-end clients is a little bit different, because a lot of times they don't really know what SEO is. And so you don't want to try and sell them on SEO right when they get to a sales page, right? I'm going to be breaking this all down too, but you have to make them understand the benefits. All right, you're gonna get if you come to this training, you understand that you will be able to get more clients, you will be able to market to divorcees 10 times better, and you will see how your website is scaring away your target client. You must understand this, all right? And at that point, those are benefits, all right? Those are benefits, those are things he wants, all right? And the next thing you must do is you have to achieve desire, all right? Once they understand, it has to be something they desire. It's like, I can make them understand, hey, this webinar is about feet. I'm going to teach you how to dance, and you're going to go crazy, all right? They understand that, but they don't desire it, all right? So you have to always highlight benefits, all right? So when they come to a page, whenever you're making anything, of course, I'm going to show you all these live examples real quick. They have to understand it, and they have to desire it. So you have to know what they desire, all right? And the closer you can get to what they desire, and when we're marketing to such few people, we're marketing to such a specific group of people, it's not really hard to find out what they desire, all right? If you put like I'll get to that here in a little bit, but once they understand, once they have desire, you have to make them take action, all right? And all this stuff is really simple, all right? But it's really complex. Writing an ad is really simple, and it's really complex when you think about it, but once you get down, it's really, really simple. So how do you get a person to take action? All right, saying, hey, we're only offering this training for this amount of time. Or at the base level saying, hey, now that you understand this, I want you to click here, and I want you to enter your email, okay? If you guys, a really good example of this, after this webinar, I really encourage you guys to go check out the autopilot email. You guys probably might have gone. After every single step, I say, this is how it's going to do. This is what's going to happen. This is how many spots are left. This is what you need to do right now. All right. And the simplest way to get someone to take action with an ad, this is something a lot of people forget. They just have like a button at the bottom that says like, click here. All right. You want to have something that says, you know, this is what you need to do now. Click here, enter your email. Now, there's other ways to get a person to take action. You know, creating scarcity. Say, hey, we only have 15 spots left in the United States for this surgeon class. And hey, this is only a one-time training. You need to click here now, okay? Stuff like that, all right? So does everybody get those 4 steps, all right? Give me one. Yeah. Now, those are 4 steps, but when you're selling to someone, especially a high-end client, there's different ways of doing this. Specifically, I mean, when you get to the higher-end clients, you can actually interchange stuff. It's kind of shockingly lazy what you can do. But you have to achieve these 4 things. So after this webinar, what I really want a lot of people what you guys to do is go out there and just, you know, start playing with Facebook ads. Don't spend a lot of money. Maybe spend like $5 or something like that. Maybe $5 to $3 a day, and start writing. I'm going to show you where I get the lead pages, where I generate stuff, how I do everything. And I want you to start playing around with it. And when you're going and writing stuff, think, all right, have I created attention and interest? Does the person I'm talking to, will they understand this? If I put it in a way they will understand. Will they desire these things once they understand what they are? And have I encouraged them to take action? Okay, those are the 4 things you always have to do. So how this applies to high-end clients, all right? Those are just the 4 steps no matter what you're selling. But a lot of times with high-end clients, we're not going to be selling something right away, all right? No one saw an ad for a Lamborghini and bought the Lamborghini. They saw maybe a Lamborghini drive by one day, all right? Or they looked at them, all right? Stuff like that, all right? That's kind of it's not the best example right here, but you rarely sell to them right away. You're never going to close a deal off a single ad. And so your goal with this, remember that the required action doesn't have to be a sale. You just need to get them to take an action of some sort. And it's by getting them to take multiple action, you get a client to seek you out. All right. So let's go over this real quick. The big difference between creating an ad and selling a product for under $100. All right. We'll just say that, or getting people to send people to a sales page. The big difference between having someone, buying a lower end product and having someone buy a higher end product is when you're selling a lower end product, say maybe a Kia. All right, I'm going to compare this to cars. It's more about pushing the person over the edge with the practicality and simply what the car is. All right, look at this Kia. It's $5,000. It gets high gas mileage. Benefit. If you act now, you'll get $2,000 off and blah blah. It's more when you're selling something low end that doesn't have value. Like for example, real quickly, what I'm talking about really, a Kia doesn't have much value outside the fact that it's a car. All right, especially a used one or something like that. A Lamborghini has value because it's a Lamborghini. Of course, it costs more money to make than a Kia, but I'm pretty sure they make a lot of their profit just because of the fact that it's a Lamborghini. All right, so the Lamborghini has value outside the fact that it's a car. In fact, it's a completely unpractical car. A Kia, on the other way, does not. All right, so when you're selling something that's practical, like a low-end client, when you're selling low-end SEO services, it's more about hard selling and pushing people over. Now, that's a pain in the ass. How many people here hate dealing with those clients where you just have to, they nickel and dime you and that kind of crap like that? Yeah, no one likes that, all right? And frankly, you have to put in a ton of effort, all right? You need to sell a lot of Kias to make money, all right? I'd rather sell one Lamborghini, all right? And frankly, there's not as much hard cost as selling a Lamborghini as there is for us. So, and that's really why, one thing I want to step on is that's why really, if you know SEO right now, it's such a gold mine. Even outside the fact that you can rank your own websites and make money doing it, it's a gold mine because when it comes to selling SEO, if you know how to do it real well, the value is really based more on what you know than hard costs. Like for example, if you sell a Lamborghini, it will cost you $100,000 to make. You can sell it for $110,000, $120,000. With your SEO knowledge and stuff like that, you can really just ramp up the price to an infinite amount, but you're able to get those results. You're able to do that kind of stuff. So it's really, how many people here have seen like Frank Kern's consulting class he put out there? How many people have seen the consulting courses that are going to coming out right now? Anybody seen those? It's you could be a high-end consultant. Yeah. The thing is with that, that's all good and dandy. That's actually a great business strategy. But SEO is actually easier to sell than consulting. So this is kind of like a loophole because I saw Frank Kern's webinar a while back, and I actually heard him speak about way back, almost 4 months ago, I think. And that's kind of what got me into this. And I said, well, consulting's one thing. You're just paying for the know-how. But SEO, you can actually justify really, really high-end stuff like that. So even and it's really hard to go in and just consult right away if you're only basing it off hey, I'm Alex Becker, I'm going to consult you on all sorts of shit. With SEO, you're going to say, well, I'm an SEO expert in this niche. You're able to charge the high price tag. So it's a really weird loophole. All right, so that's why you really need to take advantage of this. All right, so when it comes for higher end deals and stuff like that, let me get a drink of water real quick. Everybody hear me? Here we go. How many people are enjoying this real quick? How many people is this? This is the information you were looking for, right? Give me a 2 if this is the information you were looking for. Cool. Great. All right. So when it comes to getting a high-end deal, all right, you're pushing more for desire. All right. What gets a person to buy a Lamborghini is not the need for a car. It's the desire to have the high end. It's the desire to work with the best. It's the desire to have something that's custom fit for them. All right. So you see that. You see that. Just give me a 2 real quick if you understand the difference between Selling something lower end is practicality. The difference between selling something higher end is desire. Okay? Me too, if you understand that. All right? So really, a lot of people say, Alex, how can you justify an $8,000, per month, contract? I say, because they desire it. All right? That's what they want. All right? They don't want the $1,000 per month agency that puts them in the background. They want that custom fit solution they can buy, and they will get it. All right? So keep that in mind. And it's really another interesting thing. We're going to be here for a while, so just I'm going to be showing all sorts of little marketing text. But I was also, watching Frank Kern the other day, and he was at I think it was not the Prada store, but something Louis Vuitton. You can actually have a custom purse made from you, and the prices range all the way from like $10,000 to $150,000. And a lot of people said, a lot of people would think, how many people here think $150,000 purse is just completely outrageous? Give me one if you think that's just the dumbest thing in the whole entire world. Yeah, it's completely stupid. Yeah, someone said my wife wouldn't, but the thing is, people desire that. Why do people buy the $150,000 purse? Because they desire it. They want it. It's a $150,000 purse. So, my logic is when I'm selling high-end stuff like that, people are going to want the $150,000 purse. So you might as well be the person selling the $150,000 purse. All right? You don't have to agree with the logic and stuff like that. You just have to be there to sell it. So keep that in mind. So when it comes to high-end marketing, and the reason why I enjoy it a lot more is you're very rarely going to do any hard selling, but you need to be taking a more inception path to do this. All right, you remember in inception, it was hard. They had to go in and plant the idea in the guy. They had to go plant the idea that he didn't want to sell his dad's company or something like that. Right? Yeah. All right. He did want to sell his dad's company. That's what it was. They had to break it apart, something like that. All right. That's really what you're doing with it. You're not going to be able to get somebody to take action by forcing them from exterior. You're going to get them to take action by wanting to work with you, by desiring to work with you and stuff like that. So with that being said, the big difference is you're almost never going to create a sale immediately. In fact, you won't. All right? It's just not going to happen. And that's where a lot of agencies really mess up when they're trying to get high-end clients, especially, how many people here run an SEO agency or have a good chunk of clients right now? Someone's like, no, you ruined Inception. How many people here have a good chunk of clients right now or a few clients? Give me just a yes. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people right here. And, the reason why I see a lot of agencies are never really able to get many high-end clients, I mean, there's two ways to get really high-end clients. Just be a gigantic freaking agency, or you have to have extremely high desire. All right, you have to know how to get high-end clients to come to you. There's no really in between. Of course, those huge agencies will get the contracts like Walmart and stuff like that just because they're freaking huge. But I'm talking more about these clients we're going to be focusing on. But your goal is never to really create a sale immediately, and that's where a lot of agencies really mess up. Is because a person will come to the website and they say, "Hey, get a quote right away." And it's like, "Hey, let us try to sell to you right away." All right, get your quote instantly. The person at that time, probably isn't even looking for SEO. A lot of high-end clients, there's not very many of them, and the chances that they're looking for SEO at that exact point in time, and they understand the benefit, and they really want to do SEO, and it's just what they've been looking for, is like zero. All right, they probably don't even understand what it is. They're probably already making good money, so they don't even really they're not like, okay, I really need SEO right now. All right, so the other big difference is you're buying for trust, desire, authority that will make it their idea to go through the steps to work with you. All right, you're never selling a service. You're selling trust, desire, and authority. All right, and the faith that you'll increase their income. All right, that is what you're selling. You're never selling a service. All right, you're selling. This is what you're buying for. Whenever you take any action, whenever you're doing anything, you need it always needs to tie back. Is this increasing the trust? Is this increasing the desire? Is this increasing the authority in their eyes? All right. If you guys go back, I do the same thing like in the SEO Mega Sales page. You see it over and over again. We constantly go back to trust. Like, look at our Facebook page. All right, now look at these rankings, desire. Now look at where we've been featured on. All right, now look at these rankings. Look at this. Look at the trust. Look at the desire. Read this right here. All right, look at this right here. This is explaining all the things we're doing. Look at these rankings. Just completely understand this: authority, trust, rankings, and then the person, when you do it over and again, the person has faith that if they spend $47 or $27 in that case, they will buy. All right. So again, we're not also marketing to everybody. So generic tactics will repulse high-end clients. If you have a generic approach to a high-end client, you're not going to get that high-end client. All right, and we've covered this a whole lot in the past, so I'm not going to tap too much into it. But you're always trying to be as custom fit as you possibly can. I'm going to get into that here in a second. But the whole goal of an ad is to make them come from us. Marketing from distance. All right. A really good example of this is Frank Kern. And Lee McIntyre or McIntyre or whatever, you've probably seen his ads on Facebook and stuff like that. And I encourage you to go watch these guys and stuff like that because they're selling high-end consulting, which is very, very similar to selling high-end SEO. Same kind of tactics. And what will happen, you know, I'm taking some consulting with Lee McIntyre. I actually have like the first meeting here in a little bit. But the thing about, and when you're watching that, you never really interact with him one-on-one. What happens is you'll go through, you'll see the ads I'm about to talk about, you'll enter in, you'll see him in a webinar, you'll see him teaching all this stuff, but he's never directly trying to sell to you. He's always just, hey, you know, if you like this, you should come here. By the way, if you like this, you should fill out this form, blah, blah. And so the only people he ever really talks to one-on-one are the people that have committed through his whole entire funnel. So he's kind of marking from a distance the whole entire time. There's no point in time where it says, you need to buy now, this is a limited time offer, or you're absolutely screwed. He does do that a little bit, but there's massive scarcity and stuff placed on it. So marketing from distance. So, you know, John asked, you know, what if I'm ranking on a page for different niches in different cities with videos? How the hell am I supposed to focus on only one niche? Well, you know, that's not really it. The rankings you have right now don't really correlate too much, and that's not what we've really talked on a whole lot in Dynasty. Is just getting into one niche because, you know, all right, John, just let me answer this question for you. All right, so say you are good at you're really good at general SEO. All right, so let's just say you're ranking for you're good at ranking for like doctor terms, dentist terms, flower shop terms, pizza shop terms, and taxi terms. All right, all right. The question I have for you, John, can you hear me? John Sapos, I think I'm pronouncing your name right. Can you hear me? All right, so the quick question for you is, what would make you? All right, so say you're ranking for all those right there. All right, first off, you know, let's just say you can sell those videos. Let's say $500 per month. All right, first off, let's say $500 per month. That would probably be the going rate for renting out a video in a city or whatnot. So just off the top of my head. So let's say you rank for like 6 or 8 of those niches. All right, let's just say you rank for 8. All right, you're gonna have to sell to 8 different clients for a $500 price tag, just 8 times. You're gonna have to deal with them, all sorts of stuff like that. But the real thing, real quick, if you want to get a high-end client, let's say, all right, John, you're interested. You want to have just 2 clients, maybe both. Let's just say construction companies, all right? If you're focused on all those different niches and you don't know really much about any of the niches, you're just ranking for them, what would make that construction company want to be your client? Why would that construction company want to work with you instead of a person he's just, hey, I just rank construction niches, I eat, do, breathe, and just rank construction niches all day long, all right? What would make that construction company go with you over him? Very little, all right? So my recommendation is if you want to get high-end clients, you want a few clients, you want to have an income, you know, $10,000 per month with 2 to 3 clients, you don't really want to focus on a ton of different niches because you can't really target them. Okay, you can't say I'm perfect for you. All right, if Lamborghini sold a minivan, it sold an SUV. If it sold you know an electric low high gas mileage efficient car, it would immediately lose all of its high-end client base and its appeal to the people it's trying to sell to. So when you're focusing on a lot of touch, your question, you know, how the hell am I supposed to focus on only one niche? My focus is for you, why not go focus on one niche? Why be focusing on all those niches at the one time when you can crush one niche? And then when you've ranked the whole entire first page of, like, I don't know, let's say Cincinnati with videos about surgeons, it's going to be 10 times easier to sell to a surgeon for a high price tag. All right, so you're so focused on that. So keep that in mind. Does that help? Does that help answer your question, John? Is that helpful? So I see. John will answer the rest of your question at the end of the webinar. Just a good thing, real quick. All right, you know, and you can always do more than one niche at a time. Don't ever get lost into that. But anyways, so let's look at the process. Where was I talking? What was the last thing? All right. So let's look at the whole process of the sale. Let me check what time-wise we're going. Okay, good. Here we go. All right. So the process of a high-end sale. All right. And these are the exact steps that I go through and I've repeated multiple times to get 3 very high-paying. Oh, share that screen, Alex. Multiple times to get 3 very high-paying clients. All right. So it always starts. You have to first have an ad that generates attention and digestion of the message, which I'm going to be showing you here in a sec. All right. And then you want to have, let me actually skim ahead real quick just so I can. Okay, great. I have all this broken down too. I forgot exactly what they are. All right. So you want to have an ad that generates attention and digestion of the message, which we talked about before, all the steps of the ad. All right. And then we want to have benefits that create minor commitments, attention, and desire, like I talked about before. All right. The benefits are greater than the amount of time invested to attending the webinar. They're greater than the amount of effort and risk there is opting in. All right. That's how it starts. You create an ad, you get them somewhere where they digest the message, and the benefits create a minor commitment, an opt-in. All right. Agreement to either watch videos by you, a webinar by you. That's my favorite tactic. All right. And view more whatever from you. All right. You could narrow it down. You could actually just have sales pages after the opt-in. You could have slightly educational training, and then you could have, some sales videos after that, whatever. But the benefits create cause and action. All right. My preference, opt into webinar. And I'm going to be showing you guys how to sell the webinars, all sorts of stuff like that here in a few webinars. Then what you want to have is a value and experience that creates desire. All right. And I really, 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 really encourage you to be taking notes right now, because if you just want to follow these 7 steps in a row, I'm going to be giving examples of every single one of these steps along the way. All right. You want to have value and experience that creates desire to work with you. All right. So maybe we could go out there and we say we were writing an ad for Lamborghini. All right, let's just say that. All right. An ad that generates attention. All right. So say you could have like an ad like the first car to go over 200 miles per hour, or whatever for men making over $1 million a year or something like that. Let's just say something like that. Person comes there. It's all this cool stuff about the car. None of it's really based around it being a car, but it's all just like, goes this fast. Be the person on the road. Be one of the few people in your city that own this car. Unrelenting style, just stuff like that. All these benefits, and say if you like this, you can come and you can opt in right now to take a free test drive. No commitment required. You just come and drive it down the track for a day. All right. And this is just from this point of view, and I'm going to show you how to work it in a way for clients. All right. This would actually probably get some rich people. Like say we made an ad. Say men making over $1 million a year have the chance to drive the most technological advanced badass car for 100% free right now. Person comes there, you break down all the benefits. For right now, you can come race around the track 100% free. Just come with us for the day. The person at that point, the benefits will outweigh his time, which is the investment of going to the track, and the investment of putting in his email. Person opt in. All right, opts in. Guy goes to the track. All right, next thing you want to do is have value experience that creates desire. Guy goes to the track, drives around 200 miles per hour in a Lamborghini Aventador. And let's imagine this guy has plenty of money, all right, because that's our client. We're never targeting a client that does not have money. We're never targeting someone where, $5,000 is going to set them back and it's going to cut into their food costs, all right? We're targeting clients where $5,000 per month is like, oh, okay, well, here you go, all right? So picture this, we're targeting only men that make over $3 million a year. We're buying a $400,000 car, no problem for them, all right? So you get him to come to the track, he races around. There's just pure value and experience that creates desire to have the car or our business, our service, all right? It's a little bit easier to explain in car sense for me, all right? Then you say, hey, by the way, so-and-so billionaire, this is only one of 20 cars in the United States, all right? And this is the car right now, all right? It has this, and this. It has these doors. It has all sorts of stuff like this. It is the only car. And we're just saying stuff like that. It's the only car that Lamborghini's made 20 of them, ever make them again. So exclusivity and authority, all right? You say, hey, by the way, if you like this, the person already has desire, but hey, by the way, you need to get on this now. This has authority. Other people are going to be using this, all right? So we don't know if we're going to have room for you, all right? On top of that, you say, you know what? Hey, let's just go take this for another test drive, all right? We'll sit back. We'll come back. You come back to the shop, and we'll get like a custom fit one set up for you. And you come back. You come around with it, we'll see if it fits for you. All right, demonstration. You say, look at all these features we can put on, so this will be the perfect car for you. All right, demonstration. Guy goes around, and through that demonstration, through him driving the car enough times, through that desire, through value and experience, he now has faith that the car will make him happy. He now has faith that the car will get the desired results that he wants. And that faith that the car will make him happy, or the service, this all ties back to an SEO service, all right? Is everybody seeing how this metaphor connects to an SEO service, though? Does everybody see real quick? Give me one real quick. If this is like out there, you don't understand what I'm talking about. Give me a one if you understand. All right. Our service is the Lamborghini. And through that demonstration, through that custom built, through the time spent with him, through that value and experience he got with nothing asked in return first, he makes the investment on faith that it's going to make him happy. All right. What we've done right here is we've taken buying a $400,000 car, which is a leap of faith. all right? And we turn it into a small little leap over a crack. It's like, dude, you can afford the car. You know this is going to work. You know you like it. But you know someone else is going to pick this up. You can easily afford this right now. Why don't you come over? You know you're going to like it. Just here, give me the $400,000 check. Thank you so much. All right, cool. Here is your car. Great. All right. Well, if you need anything, come hit us up. And that is how you sell a $400,000. That's how you sell a $10,000 service without hard selling. All right. And that's exactly what we do when we're selling to a high-end client. All right. Does everybody understand that real quick? Yeah. Chris, that's a great point. You say, hey, you know what? How would a like what Carissa just said, another great example would be like an overnight test drive. We have the car like, hey, if you're on the fence now, this is a $400,000 car. We get that. Why don't you take it home? Why don't you show your family and friends? And imagine the person takes it home, gets all these cool results already. Like they're like, wow, this is great. Person goes out, and that is how you sell a $400,000 car. All right. There's no hard selling. There's no, hey, we'll give you a discount or anything like that. It's like, hey, you can afford this car. You know you want it. All right. So does everybody enjoy it? Does that type of selling get you excited real quick? Yeah. Give me a one if that gets you really excited. Give me an exclamation mark if you like that. All right. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Someone just said, "Oh my God, that's how I sold my Jaguar. Did you let me, take it home?" And that was it. All right. So another few things I like to throw in there, guys. If you can have that authority, remember the toolkit I talked about before. If you have that authority going for you before time, you actually start off with a huge advantage. For example, when I bought my Lamborghini, I actually called them up because they had such authority. I said, "Hey, let's make sure the loan and everything goes through first. Let's make sure we got everything set up, and then nothing's going to be an issue." And then we'll talk shop. Like I actually said, let's make sure I can buy the car first, or let's make sure everything's going for that before we even talk shop. And that's what you're going to get with a lot of clients when you have that absurd authority going on. All right, this is how you sell a car that doesn't have authority yet. When it comes to a Lamborghini, they start off on a different kind of level of demand and stuff like that. So walk through. All right, an ad that generates attention and digestion of the message that only targets our target audience. We only want. Imagine we're selling the car again. We only want millionaires, right? Because a millionaire can easily afford this Lamborghini, all right? What I'm saying right here is I say, look, 500K per year surgeons, all right? And we talked about this a little bit in the free webinar, but I just skimmed over it. We only covered this for 10 minutes. We're going to be breaking down this process down to the point where you can go do this after the webinar, all right? So 500K per year surgeons, all right? If they sign up for my service, it's going to cost them 1/10 of their revenue, 1/10 of their revenue. That's great, all right? Usually when you're having a dentist and stuff like that, I don't really know what dentists make. Can everybody throw out, does anybody have like any, I've never really worked with dental clients, but can everybody throw like, let's just say a dentist makes $10,000 per month, all right? Let's say that. Getting that $1,000 per month investment is a challenge because that's 1/10 of his income, all right? Getting a $3,000, $4,000 investment, that's not gonna happen. That's half his income, all right? So 1/10 of a person's income is usually what you can get them to invest on any business. So my kind of rule of thumb is I want a surgeon making over $500,000 per year. Most surgeons are millionaires. Just case in point, the ones I've talked to, they just make truckloads of money. Over $5,000 per month is not even hard to ask for. Like they won't even flinch. So like sign it while like eating a cheeseburger and then just like drive off. So keep that in mind. So first off, I only want a very specific type of millionaire. So say I was selling the car, what type of ad would I write? CEOs looking to stand out, right? Something about like CEOs looking to have the cutting edge car, something like that, right? Targeting only that type of person right there. And if you were a CEO making this much money or something like that, and this is not how I'd write a car ad, that's actually kind of tacky, but let's just picture going back to the metaphor. If you're a CEO specializing in the fashion industry, this car is going to make you stand out. You need to check this out now. All right, and we've attracted our target client, right? And if I was writing a car ad, I'd write a bit differently. But what I have right here, which is basically the same thing, if you're a mommy makeover specialist, basically a person who makes $30,000 to $40,000 per surgery, click here to see how to double your client base this month. Now, that's not a hard ad to write, and they understand it, but it gets their attention. I'm going to explain why it gets their attention so well in a second. Does everybody see how that ad is really easy to write? All right, just give me a one if you think you can copy and paste. You just change out the words. Yeah, pretty easy to write. Someone said has lead pages fit into this. I'll show you here in a sec. All right, but you can see right here, I'm targeting surgeons, plastic surgeon, rhinoplasty. All right, the suggested bid was 11 cents to 19 cents per click. I was running on a CPM basis, so I was spending close to 20 bucks a day. All right, so that's not exact investment. They'll be like, I'm going to spend 30 cents, but you're going to spend $20, and That's it. All right. And on average, when I'm running a CPM, I'll get anywhere from 6 to 15 clicks a day. All right. And again, like I talked about in the free webinar, let's imagine half those clicks are false clicks. So I'm getting about 3 surgeons or 3 millionaires a year to look at my ad. All right. If one of them signs up per day, with over the span of a week, I can get 7 people in the webinar, sell one of them. All right. You don't need to sell many Lamborghinis to make a lot of money. So keep that in mind. All right. So first off, right there, step 1, ad that generates attention and digestion of the message. So it brings them over to the lead page. All right, that's the first thing. It creates attention, gets their interest, brings them over to the message that I want them to digest, which is this. All right, let me go. My pages. One sec, guys. All right. Oops, that's not what I want to do at all. There we go. Oops. There we go. Grab that. One sec, guys. I'm just remembering how to use my computer. All right. That thing is still 1 sec. I'm going to fix this once and for all. I've tried to fix this like 5 times today, and I keep forgetting to save it. 2 seconds, guys. I'm just going to waste your time just a little bit more. Don't start throwing tomatoes at me and stuff like that. Okay. Save that. All right. All right. Here we go. All right. So you see right here, I showed this during the free webinar, but I did not explain it very much. All right. That's because I wanted to save some things for you guys. So, all right. What I want them to do is I want them to understand this message and understand how it's going to benefit them. All right. I'm going to break this down really slowly. All right. Can everybody see my screen and everything? Give me a yes if you can see my screen. Yes. Bunch of yeses. Okay, cool. All right. So first thing I want them to do is understand exactly what's going on. Free training from a nation-leading best-selling surgical marketing specialist. Okay, I understand that. If you specialize in mommy makeover operations, I can help you double or triple your client base. Benefit, major benefit, they understand that. All right, they understand it. Right off the bat right there, that benefit alone might make them reserve a seat. You can see how I'm encouraging them by saying, hey, free training, reserve your seat now. Only 15 spots available because there's scarcity. All right, they understand it. They clearly understand. And some people, how many people here give me just a one real quick? You think if you ever thought about writing copy before, you had to write like an extremely catchy, like witty headline. Give me like a 1 if you thought you had to have some special like Jedi mind trick headline. Yeah, that applies somewhat when you're advertising to mass audiences. But if I say Terry Robertson, all right, with 15 clients, I'm going to show you how to get 30 clients this month. Terry, would you be interested in that, Matt? Would you be interested in that ad? Would you be interested? Yes or no? Terry says, hell yes. All right. When you're marketing to a smaller person, when you're marketing to a certain person, you don't have to have the world's best line. All right. If I'm selling the Lamborghini, attention CEOs living in Dallas, be the one CEO in the city to have the car that everybody wants. Ooh, shit. What is this? What is going on here? And just by the way, rich people or people that are affluent, massive egos. All right. They won't, not all of them, but a lot of people that make a lot of money, this thing, they pay for the emotion of being superior. All right, so that's one thing to really keep in mind also with your SEO services. The more you can make someone feel good and superior about working with you, that's what they pay for. All right, that's just right there. Yeah, you want to make it more relevant. All right, and this is clearly understandable. If I had said something witty like, surgeons, you can cut out all the work and get right to it with my cool SEO client-based service. All right, like something like that, that would repulse them. All right, the higher end you get, the more they just want to, it's like, what is up? What is this going to do for me? All right, and I'm not saying people that buy lower end products are dumb. I'm not saying it all means, but they're looking for different things. All right, they're looking for hype and stuff like that. The higher end clients are looking for, first off, just the big benefit. All right, so if you specialize in mommy makeover operations, I can help you double or triple your client base. If a person specializes in mommy makeover operations, they're going to read that. They're going to understand it. They're going to understand I can triple their income. All right? I said reserve your seat. Only 15 spots together. Now, I'm going to jump back to the PowerPoint real quick. All right? Benefits that encourage a commitment. All right? The next step. All right? Now, the biggest challenge you have with high-end clients is that they don't know what SEO is most of the time, and there's no way you can convey it. And you can use whatever you want, all right? One thing I always encourage you in Dynasty is don't stick to my blueprint. This is what I'm doing. Make it work with your business, all right? Twist it to your own means, all right? If you want to go do this to start off, yeah, by all means, go right for it. You know, I'm never going to give you shit for copying and pasting what I do, all right? But I always encourage you to take your own kind of route to it, all right? There's no one way to get somebody to do something online. So the hardest thing you're going to run into with high-end clients is that they don't know what SEO is. They don't understand online marketing, especially high-end clients. What you're going to see a lot of times in a lot of industries is the more money they make per contract, the more they make per lead, the less they are online because they don't have to make a ton of sales to make money. All right. Usually how they'll get their leads is through conferences or networking or stuff like that. And that's how they make most of their sales. They make their sales in a very similar way to we're making a sale right now by kind of marketing from a distance. All right. So you're going to see that a lot. You're going to see, you know, automation company I work with, all their competition, you know, they're barely even using AdWords. All right. And they're sending people to just like pages that don't even make sense. All right. So keep that in mind. A lot of these companies, people you're going to be selling to, whatever your target client is, they don't understand what marketing or SEO is. So again, remember that understanding. If I said, if we're going to show you the best SEO strategy to achieve high rankings in Google, what would if I was a surgeon, all right, this is lead pages. It's just a simple service. You go to Google, type in lead pages. You can build pages. It just literally click and paste pages like that. You can build it literally in 5 minutes. All right. But if you're a surgeon, all right, and you don't know what SEO is, and the first thing you say is, we're going to show you the best SEO strategy to get surgeons ranking in Google. What do you think the surgeon's going to think? Just give me, what is that? What is SEO? Is he going to signal enunciate or optimize operations? I don't know. Yeah, he's going to think I don't understand. Understanding's lost. That is a huge benefit, but there's no understanding. What I say instead is how to get Google to send you pre-sold clients without buying ads. And this is a great, these headlines, these little bullets right here, what I encourage you to do with your clients, have 4 bullets. Always have the benefits bulleted, but have them broken down. You take what I'm saying, but rework it to be for them, all right? All right, so how to get Google to send you pre-sold clients without buying ads. The surgeon gets that. He goes, no, I don't like buying ads. It confuses me, but I do like pre-sold clients. That's good. Then one thing you're really going to have trouble with high-end clients too, you're not going to be able to bring them into the webinar using SEO as the attraction. SEO is the solution to their problems. It's not the attraction. All right? So keep that in mind. So a lot of times how I get a high-end client in a webinar or to meet with me in the past is as I target things that I know are of value of them. And it takes very little things. Like I've looked up, I just actually read a Dan Kinney book on, marketing to women in their, mid-30s, 40s. All right? He was talking about selling plastic surgery. I read up on that very heavily. Now I have a pretty good understanding of how to get a woman in the age of 30 to 50 to buy plastic surgery, especially after she's gotten divorced. So I find what's going to be of value to the high-end client. What will get him into the webinar? What's the big benefit? I say, a trend in divorces that is causing a huge demand for mommy makeover surgery. He goes, I do mommy makeover surgery. What is this trend in divorces? I need to know this. Benefit that he, again, understands. Look into your industry. Look at who you're targeting and think about what they really want to know about, all right? Say it's an automation company. I'll say, like, the trend in government automation is causing a huge demand for new government contracts, all right? To you're like, all right, what does government contracts have to do with anything? To automation companies, government contracts mean $100 million contracts, all right? They want to know. Their marketing director, if he sees this ad, will go, this seems interesting, all right? So keep that in mind. Find out what they really want. Then I also lay out again, and these 2 right here relate to SEO. These 2 right here don't really, all right? These kind of relate to other stuff. But I say also, how to be the most widely known go-to specialist in the area. The benefit is the result, guys. I'm not selling them SEO. I'm not getting them in the webinar with SEO. I'm using SEO as a solution that I'm going to teach them about. I'm saying, look, guys, it's really hard this is actually something I said tonight. It's really hard. How many people here in this webinar right now only get clients for like hospitals or doctor recommendations? And all these people say, blah, blah, blah. And I say, isn't it kind of frustrating not being just widely known for your profession unless you like do something special or on Oprah or something? And everyone's like, yeah. Well, I said, I'm going to show you basically real quick in this webinar how, just in Google, right? If anybody's searching or like looking for kind of what you're selling, I'm going to show you how you just pop up right there, making it so you don't really have to rely on hospitals or recommendations anymore. You can actually just get your own clients from Google. Do you want to see that? And everyone's like, oh yeah, that's awesome, right? You see how I said that? You see how I said that? I got them excited about SEO. I didn't say, hey guys, we're going to learn SEO today. I said, dude, I'm going to show you how you don't have to rely on recommendations anymore. going to show you just exactly where you need to target. All right, does everybody see that? Yeah, does everybody understand real quick? Does everybody see one? All right, cool. All right, so that's how I sell it. I don't sell SEO, I sell solutions. All right, so keep that in mind. Now, again, I throw it in here. And you notice how I double it up. Like here's two SEO solutions I saw. Here are two things they just really want to know. And I used the fact that I know they really want to use that to get them in the webinar anyways. All right. Or get them to my next sales video, get them to whatever I'm gonna do. All right. So the last thing I say is why your site is scaring away women past the age of 30. 96% certain suffer from this. All right. Their target market is women past the age of 30. Most of the time, give or take. All right. They will get men, they'll get women and stuff like that. But they know one of their big markets is women past the age of 30. Surgeons clearly, they know this, all right? So when I say, dude, your site is scaring away women past the age of 30 and stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. I can actually go to surgeon sites like, dude, this right here would really scare away a woman, you know, like this. And this is how I actually get them to kind of come to a consulting, you know, like kind of session with me afterwards. Anyways, so look, why your site is scaring away your target market, would you like to come to this webinar? Exactly, all right? This is a no-brainer right here. By the way, this information is stuff I charge my clients $8,000. See, what I've done so far is the benefits of owning the car. Now I'm making them take action. The rest of the page is based around making them take action. Warning, this information is worth a shit ton of money. And you only have the chance to get it for free at this one-time event. Holy shit, I better reserve my spot. If not, long story short, I can charge this amount because I always get extremely profitable results. Well, this is benefits. This is going to work for my business. This guy obviously knows what he's doing. Or it seems like he knows what he's doing. He knows these things about my business that I want to know. And this information is going to change your practice. Do not miss this. By the way, we're only letting 15 surgeons from around the country, not in Texas, not in this city, around the country attend this event. Now, in my side of things, it was sort of a challenge to get 16 people to register for this event. Don't get me wrong. They don't know that though. They say, that's like there's like 100 billion other surgeons in the country. I'm only 15 surgeons. I got to get into this. All right. So I took my scarcity that I was having and turn it into scarcity for them, all right? Reserve your spot now and let me help you grow your practice. Again, only 15 spots. Dude, reserve your spot now. Reserve your seat. Also don't give people that are related to your other businesses, your webinar page, so I'll go and leave customer support related responses under your page. But anyways, you see that real quick. Yeah. Awesome. So everybody understand that real quick. You see how this is a no-brainer my target market, right? Because it's so specific. It's so specific to them, all right? So next step, the value experience, the test drive, all right? Now, this can be as simple, this is the part where we've gotten the millionaires at the track. We're test driving the Lamborghini Aventador. It's a very cool car. Go Google it after this. It's a very, very cool car. We're test driving the Lamborghini around the course, all right? And he's like, holy shit, this is awesome. I didn't know I wanted a Lamborghini before this, but this is just fun. And at the whole point in time, they can always afford this. Price is never the issue. All right, this is not like low-end clients where the price is like this looming beast in like the closet down the hallway that's going to come out and like rape them the second you like throw it out there. Right, the price doesn't even matter. All right, it's the experience. All right, so look, what I like to do is the webinar. All right, I get them in the webinar. I'm like, look at all this exciting shit. They're like, wow, this is cool. But what you can do as well, and what I suggest you can do starting off, the big thing I tell you to do is take action. All right, and I'm going to show you how to sell during webinars. I'm going to show you how to sell really well during webinars. All right, everybody here right now is here because I can sell stuff during webinars. So keep that in mind. You're going to see how I got you here. But it can be as simple as a course or recorded videos. Or you can be like, look, here's a course on all this stuff, recorded videos, and during the course, multiple times you're saying, hey, by the way, you can get a free consulting session with me. You can hang out live and get the custom car made for you. All right. So what I like to do is the live experience. You know, I go up there, I do a really kick-ass webinar. I introduce it like I talked about before, like, hey guys, you know, it's frustrating not being able to having to live and die by these recommendations. You know, how many people here, you know, you made this much money in 1 month, you made like $150,000, and then you only made like $40,000 next month. That sucks. I don't want my income to go up and down like that. Who likes that? Same way I'm talking to you right now. They're like, I freaking hate that, Alex. I would not like that to happen. If the recommendations don't come in, I don't get any business. It sucks. So, boom, related to him right there. I'm like, look, this is the solution right here. All right. But the thing is, too, what I'm also playing off here is the teacher authority role. All right. And I'm racing around the racetrack. I'm like, oh, God, look at all this cool stuff we can do. Look at all this exciting stuff you didn't even know you wanted and now you're doing right now. And then but I'm also positioning as the teacher authority role. All right. With a Lamborghini, the authority role is the fact that it's a Lamborghini. With this, it's like, I'm in front of this webinar with like the nation's leading surgeon. I'm like, by the way, we have over 15 surgeons from all around the country here tonight. Everybody here is a mommy makeover specialist, and this is made just for you guys. And I'm up here teaching. I'm like, hey, look at this, guys. All right. So not only am I like introducing them to this, like the coolness of the car, I'm seen as authority in their eyes. All right. Just imagine real quick. A person didn't know what a Lamborghini was when they came to test drive. I'm like, by the way, dude, this is like this Italian sports car. Like Kanye West drives it. All these other people that are in your field drive it. All this kind of stuff like that. So I'm up there like I'm making myself an authority in their eyes. I'm making myself a Lamborghini in their eyes. Though before this webinar, they had no prior experience with me whatsoever. All right. You see how it is. All right. Does everybody understand it real quick? I did record the surgeon webinar, and you guys will get to see it here in a little bit when we get into talking about webinars. So, well, Sari's like, screw Kanye West. Alex Becker drives a Lamborghini. Kanye West's Lamborghini is a $750,000 Lamborghini, so I have a little bit of ground to catch up on him. But you see that real quick. You know, how many people here, you know, you thought when you were getting a high-end client, well, you don't have authority, all right? Yeah, how many people thought it was like your number one problem? When you do this, you know, it changes it. All right, quick question. How many people, like maybe the first webinar you saw me where I'm up here talking comfortably, showing you cool things, how many people right away just saw me as an authority, even though you really had no prior experience with me? You know, a lot of people. One, no prior experience, yet you see me as authority. You might want to, and a lot of people, you know, I bet a lot of people here, maybe the first webinar, you know, like how many people have been like 2 to 3 Dynasty webinars before you actually jumped on Dynasty? How many people like waited till like the third one? Yeah, exactly. And it's not, and all this stuff, one thing I really want to stress to you guys is that before this, you know, the only reason you think I'm an authority, and I mean, by all means, like, thank you so much for listening to what I'm saying. All right, I will never be up here like, I have tricked you. But the only reason you think I'm an authority is because I position myself as an authority in your eyes. All right? The illusion's gone. I'll expect it's just this guy in his pajama pants. All right? So keep that in mind. All right? All right, so, all right. With that being said, all right, so you're in the teacher authority role. That's how you build authority. You teach people in front of their peers. When they see a room full, or imagines a room full of surgeons there, sitting around all listening, taking notes to you, he's like, holy shit, all right, who's this guy? And all this shit he's saying makes a lot of sense, all right? What is this car? And holy shit, it's fun to drive, all right? You want them to feel like that, except about SEO. And the correlation to being fun to drive is being excited about the results, all right? So you give them value they want more of, and also by using the toolbox. All right, everybody, give me a 2 real quick if you remember the toolbox. Remember that. All right, remember the toolbox from last webinar. Give me a 2 real quick. Everybody give me a 2. Go back and watch the last webinar after this webinar. All right, if you can take 2 hours back to back of me, go do that. All right, the toolbox. All right, and everybody who doesn't know yet, the toolbox is basically what I've taught in Dynasty up until this webinar. We kind of did a complete flip around. What I'm doing right now is purely action-based stuff. The last 2 months we've been talking a lot about mindset and everything you need. The more armed you are with the toolbox, if you have a book on surgeons, all right, if you have networked with surgeons, you have recommendations from other surgeons, you've done all other things. I'm not going to pull it off the top of my head because I'm in the Lamborghini thought train right now. But the more complete your toolbox is, the more like maybe surgeon publications, and this is by any niche, the more complete your toolbox is, the more authority you can build when you're interacting with them. All right, it's like, hey, by the way, Oh, speaking of which, I was in Surgeon Monthly a week ago, and this is me with like the world famous surgeon, Dr. Oz. I did some consulting for him. No big deal. Let's get back to what I was talking about. All right, that's like saying when the guy's driving a Lamborghini, hey, Kanye West drives this. All right, this is the same car that they're singing about in their rap songs right now. That's the same thing. All right, that's an example of using the toolbox in a car selling persona right there. Now, it creates desire for a deeper commitment. All right, and then again, you create a value experience. You say, hey, did you like driving this car? Hell yeah. By the way, there's only 20 of them. All right. You know, and you know the authority. You see me with this guy right here. There's 15 people in here. I'm only taking 2 clients. Not because, you know, I really can't handle more than 2 clients right now. I value my practice, and I like to give my clients the best results. So I'm only taking 2 clients, guys. And if you want to, you can go fill out an application right after this. All right. So what's the next thing? Next thing. All right. Demonstration. And what I do, first off, I send them here. All right, this is where I've been setting them mostly. All right, and it's a very, very simple page. All right. All right. So send them here. Really simple. All right. This is actually example page. All right, because you can see URL right here. I don't want anybody going to this page. All right. Do not go to this page. Do not fill it out. All right. All right, this is an example one. Other one is like surgeon help, right? But I copy and paste the page over for tonight, all right? So anyways, just because like my staff will go through it. All right, so this is just example one, all right? So again, you see right here, what I do is I have them go over and I have them fill out an application to come and test drive to take the Lamborghini home, all right? This is what, oh shit, no one can see it. All right, you see this real quick? Really simple page. But this is what like Carissa talked about. This is your application to take the Lamborghini home. All right. This is your application to do a free session with me. All right. To see what it's like to work with Alex Becker. All right. So right here, please enter your email, website. If you do not have one, leave it blank. Phone number, state, city of residence. Please enter your practice's annual revenue. All right. You can see right there. All right. So what I do right there is I gauge them. All right. And I also can come up with a game plan for them. All right. I'm asking these questions so I can gauge them. I can think of how much I'm going to charge them. All this stuff. So the second they walk in, and they're taking the car home, metaphorically, it's like that. So on average, what is your profit per surgery? What area of your business are you most interested in getting help with? I know exactly what they want when they want to talk about it. I walk in like bang, bang, bang. Hey, I got this whole custom shirt laid out for you, dude. What would you like to get out of our session together? Have you ever attempted to market your business online? These are things you need to ask real quick. All right, I'm gonna put these questionnaires and everything on the forum and stuff like that. But these are important questions right here as well. Because when you say, have you ever attempted to market your business online? A lot of businesses have. How many people, real quick, that have had a business or worked with someone before, how many of your clients have had a really bad experience with online marketers in the past? Just give me a 1 or an N or whatever real quick. Yeah, that's something you really need to address, all right? If somebody bought a Ferrari in the past, and now they're in the Lamborghini, their Ferrari exploded after the 12th mile, you have to deal with that, all right? That is your business. That's your obstacle right now. So you need to know that. You need to know that before you go into it. You need to be able to cut that obstacle out, all right? So I'm getting all this stuff set up so I can do this, all right? So what do you want to get out of our session? Have you had bad results in the past? And what results are you expecting from working with me? Very important question. You can tell exactly what type of client you're going to have. 9 out of 10 times, high-end clients, they're very reasonable. They say, I want maybe a 10 to 20% ROI. Awesome. Great. We're going to work fantastic together. If someone's like, hey, by the way, I want a 500% ROI, or I am going to leave you a nasty review on Yelp, not the best client to work with. All right, but you can gauge exactly what the person wants. And then what I also do is say, hey, how interested are you in taking your business to higher levels online with SEO and internet marketing? All right, because I explained what SEO is to them already. They know what SEO is. Someone interested, extremely interested. All these questions right here allow me to gauge my customer, but also make them feel like, oh, great, I'm filling out the application to take on the Lamborghini. I can't wait to have this session with this Alex Becker guy. Even though I have no idea. I built authority, but it's all in their heads. All right, the Lamborghini has authority, and it's all in people's heads. It's just a car. All right, it's just a car. Just like we're all just people. One thing, someone said, do I ask about transaction price? All right, a lot of times in the webinar, at the end of the webinar, I say, hey, if you're interested in doing this, my contract fees range all the way from $3,000 to $15,000 per month. Now we're going to see where you fall. We're going to do a session after this. We're going to sit down. I'm going to build a custom plan for you. We're going to see if we work for each other. And then if you want to hop on, go fill out this application. No commitment right now, but go fill out this application. They know I'm expensive. At no point in the webinar I'm like, this is the discount. All right, I'm like, this is the Lamborghini of SEO. And for example, if the person comes in here and puts their revenue as $100,000 per year, I might not work with them because I can't charge that much money. All right. The place where I will usually start working with them is $300,000 per year because then I can charge $3,000 per month. All right, $500,000 I will charge $5,000 per month. If they make over $1 million, I'll try and get away with $8,000, $10,000. That's just the rule of thumb. All right, and I'm literally pricing by them because I know how easy they can buy it at one point in time. So you see that real quick? Yeah. All right. So you see, I'm just rigging the game in my favor without selling to them. It's like, hey, by the way, here's your application to take on the Lamborghini. Now it's the next step. All right, just like you guys said, the at-home test drive. All right, taking it home to see the family or whatever. All right. So demonstration. Real quick question. Have you guys ever purchased a car without test driving it? All right. Has anybody ever purchased a car without test driving it? Or do you routinely purchase a car without test driving it? Has anybody ever done that? Someone says, yeah. A lot of people say no. Some people say yes. Not the best example, but you're supposed to say no in this situation. All right. The majority of people will never buy a car without test driving. It's just what you do. All right. It's just what you do. And on top of that, why do people visit colleges before sending their kids there? Does someone throw out the answer? We all know the answer, but someone throw it out for the sake of conversation. Yeah, well, Steve says he got his latest Porsche without a test drive. One question though, Steve. What made you trust the Porsche enough to get it without a test drive? another. Driven lots of them before. You've had experience with them. You have experience working with Porsche. So that's the big thing to say away. Like, all right, so there you go. All right, so no one really buys anything without the experience of having it first. All right. So why do people visit colleges before sending their kids there? Because they want to experience it. All right. They want to experience what they're buying. All right. High-end clients are also buying the custom solution. All right. So you have to sit them down. You have to let them experience what it's like to work with you. You have to experience what it's going to be like. Like I sit them down. I say, all right. So let's just say Dan. All right. That's the name of the surgeon I'm working with real quick. Dan. So Dan, you're in, I'm just going to make up a city, you're in Denver, all right? And I'm looking at these searches right here, and I'm saying, there's not people right here, right here, right here. And I'm also seeing the pages on your site are really bad at this, this, and this. So what I want to do, first off, I want to go out there and pick all the keywords in your city, not just based on mommy makeover, all right? I don't want to do it just based on mommy makeover. We just want to target kind of divorcees. We want to be ranking for all sorts of kind of weird stuff that your target market would rank for. And this is stuff, Dan, you're not going to see from other marketers or SEO agencies out there because they don't really specialize in mommy makeover type stuff. I've looked into this a lot of it for you. So, anyways, what I want to do, here's what we're gonna do. Just come here. Here, look at my Skype screen. I load up like the Skype screen real quick. All right, so we're gonna go up to this search, and this search right here. And what's gonna happen, and if you want to go take this, Dan, I'm not even charging you at this point. If you want to go do this, I've already taught you a little bit about SEO. Just go optimize these title tags and stuff right here. You might want to go. You can actually go, do this and stuff right here. I helped them out a little bit. All right, I helped them out. Like, by the way, you can do this right too. All right, I'm going to help you regardless. All right, I just want to make sure you get results. Sitting down, like, hey, all right, this is the custom solution I'm making for you. This is how it's going to work. Here's what you can do to even do a little bit of these results on your own. I want you to walk away from this really happy. So it's cool. And this is all this cool. And I'm giving them massive value. I'm showing them what it's like to own the car. I'm making them envision it. I'm like, by the way, and that's why we do that. All right, you guys remember like the press release boot camp? It was promoted by myself and Alex a while back. How many people remember that? Give me one if you remember that. How awesome would it be? The reason why I thought it was so freaking cool, because I was thinking about this. How awesome would that be? You literally just say, hey, by the way, before our meeting tomorrow, I'm just gonna rank a few things. All right, so you rank them for like some long tail terms and stuff like that using press releases, which is pretty easy to do. YouTube videos, I've seen it done with YouTube videos as well. But being able to go out there and like, hey, all right, Dan, tomorrow I'm gonna have some results for you, just some stuff. And I'm showing him what it's like to own the Lamborghini. Hey, I've already got you right here. All right, so I'm looking at the tracking coming right here. I see you've actually gotten 3 visitors to your site from this already. And look at that. Imagine if 2 of those convert. He's getting excited. He's enjoying the car. Stuff like that. And I hand build them the car. I hand build them the service right in front of them. All right. So this is what you're gonna be getting, man. And it's like holy shit. And the price is never an issue. Keep that in mind. They're just excited now. Like, oh crap. They're just like getting giddy. And be sure to also mention, I always ask them what their profit per lead is in that form, because then I say, all right, well, you told me you make $20,000 profit from the search. Imagine if we get like 4 more leads this month. Holy shit. Damn, this is going to make so much money. And like, of course, he's like, holy crap. And then at the end of the month, he's just like, oh, wow, I could get 3 new leads this month, make an extra $60,000. All I have to do is pay this guy $8,000 per month. Where do I sign up? All right. Yeah, someone said press release boot camp is awesome. So many people gave it shit. Like Mike Alex's stuff was like awesome. He's a great guy. All right. So on top of that, at this point, guys, what has happened? I'm able to create a sale through faith. All right. Instead of him coming to an ad where I'm asking for $8,000 a month, he's driven the car. He's seen what he can do. He's experienced it. He has the custom solution in front of him, and it literally is like if you could picture it metaphorically or physically. I'm just saying, Dan, are you down with me? Give me a high five. He high fives me, boom, $8,000 a month. All right, that is it. All right, the difference, the point where you make the sale is such a small leap that there's no awkward selling point. There's none of that. It's like, Dan, are you down? Like, this is awesome. Let's do it. Alex, I'm down. Let's do it. All right, where do we sign up? How do we get started? I'm like, all right, I'm gonna have my assistant send you over the contracts and stuff like that. We're gonna get going and stuff like that. And first off, I'm like, hey, look, by the way, there's a contract, but I'm out for you. All right, so at any point, if stuff just goes wrong or something like that, we will talk about it. I will find a way to make you happy. So they're going to send it over to you right now. You're going to fill it out. Just send it back. Send it back today. If you get it railed back, we can get started right away. You see how I'm getting them to, I'm just saying, this is what you need to do now. All right? This is what you need to do. Send over the contract. I'm going to give you a phone call tomorrow. I'm going to show you what kind of the custom stuff I got laid out. We're going to get going. And they cool. All right? And I'll give you a phone call from now and then. I'm going to send you some reports. One of my surgeon clients right now, the only time I talk to him is just literally to shoot the shit. Like, he doesn't even want to talk about business at all. Just like he comes up and like talks about boobs and stuff. He's pretty offensive actually. But anyways, that's exactly how it is. The sale is just literally, hey, how I make the sale a lot of times is like, hey, would you like my help with this? All right, you excited like I am? Yes. All right, let's do this. Let's do it. I'm going to send you the contracts right now, and we'll get going. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Just like that. All right. Yeah. Someone says, do you ever meet with these clients personally? I usually do it through Skype, and if they don't have Skype, which has happened just in one case, all right, it's just cell phone. Just cell phone, all right? And that's what I'll do sometimes like that. It usually happens. The guy who had the cell phone, I pushed him to get Skype because I'm like, look, you need to see these results on the computer. I'm going to share my screen, all sorts of stuff for you. Ended up getting him on GoToMeeting, all right, with me. We had a kind of a GoToMeeting with there. So keep that in mind. So does everybody see how easy that sale is to make? All right, when you go through the whole entire process, give me one. Once you see, isn't that sale pretty easy to make? It's literally like you're just giving someone what they want. All right, you're not selling anybody. You just find someone who this would be perfect for. It's like selling them like the chance to like meet their dream girl or something like that. All right, there's no real selling involved. All right, and it's the most effective selling process I've ever came across. And this is from learning from Frank Kern and Dan Kennedy and stuff like that. And this is how you sell $5,000 to $10,000 contracts. All right, this is how you sell them like that without doing any of the bullshit, without all the crazy stuff. That is how you do it. All right, that is the secret to selling expensive, really expensive shit. All right, so let's apply this. All right. All right. So one second, I was on such a tangent real quick. I have to remember where it is. All right. So everybody liking this information real quick? Everybody excited real quick? Everybody loving this? All right. This is a dynasty. Is everybody? We have not lost a single person this webinar, by the way. We're not lost a single person. All right. So everybody happy they're in Dynasty? Everybody feel like they're getting just the inside scoop? Okay. Everybody feel like they're driving the Lamborghini right now? All right. Cool. All right. So this is how you sell lots of shit online by Alex Becker. All right, so anyways, who is your target, all right? In order to write specific ads, you do not need to know a lot about them. You just have to know what your client, you just have to know enough about your client to get them on board. All right, like I talked about the divorcee kind of stuff like that. All right, the more you can find out about your client, the more you can pinpoint what's going to get them to jump over, opt in, or do whatever you want, all right? And usually these things are what get them to make the initial commitment, all right? The more you know about them, getting them to make the initial commitment is really the hardest part. That's really the hardest part, all right? And it's not even that hard. So what do they sell, all right? If you have your client right now, how many people, if you have a type of client you've picked out already, maybe like a high-end plumber. I have actually a friend, met actually on Facebook. He's a big Lamborghini fan, so I talked to him. He sells a very high-end plumbing company. It's like the companies go into apartments, buildings, and like set up all the plumbing. Their contracts are huge, and he's getting a massive, massive fat contract for that. But what do they sell? What do they sell? Learn as much as you possibly can about what they sell, all right? Because there's nothing like it. There's nothing weird in it when you're talking to them, and you're like, all right, so what type of plumbing do you sell? Do people poop in it? All right, it doesn't work like that, all right? Who is their ideal customer? Who are they trying to sell to, all right? And how online are they? Sometimes with high-end clients, they're really online. They got shit going from. They have an agency. That's going to be a hard sell, all right? They already know. They already bought the Lamborghini. Don't try and sell to people that already have Lamborghinis. Sell to the people that don't, all right? What challenges do they have? All right, think about it. Really, when you get a piece of paper right now, get like something you're gonna tack on your wall. Write down your ideal client, and then write all these things like it's a wanted poster. All right, what challenges do they have? What do they want? All right, the more you understand about them, the more you can help them, even beyond SEO. All right, doing simple research on A, their business, and A or B, their target customer is essential. Essential because then you can do some really smart, crazy SEO stuff. Like I'll go out there and I'll pick terms like divorcees, or like looking for like how to look better after divorce, or like stuff like revolving like how to improve your body after like pregnancy and stuff like that. Like weird searches, all right, really long tail search, and that's how I'm able to go out there and get these surgeons really, really good leads. All right, so keep that in mind. All right, keep that in mind. Yeah, so keep that in mind. Speaking of which, all right, so. Doing simple research. When you have that, you can really draw them into, like, by the way, all right, Dr. Dan, all right, these divorcees over here, that you got to be selling to them. How many divorcees? Are you targeting divorcees? Like, no. He's like, well, divorcees, after they get, like I'm saying to him, like, by the way, divorcees, after they get divorced, like, how many women do you know just made a ton of money off their marriage after divorce? He's like, oh, yeah, all of them. My ex-wife, that bitch. And I'm like, all right, well, imagine, what did she go and do? He's like, she got plastic surgery. I'm like, Yeah, and especially the divorcees who are out of marriage, had kids, kind of let themselves go. Now they're divorced, dude. Now they're divorced. So you can come over. Like we want them. We want to get them because they're divorced. They don't want to be. I won't get into the terms I use, but they don't want to be, you know, saggy. All right. So that's exactly when we need to target them right now. So what we're gonna do. This is how we're gonna get them in your office. Boom. You know. And even at this point, guys, too, when you're marketing for high-end clients, how many people here think you could go out there and you could use the same stuff? You could use the same stuff. Yeah, Chris is like, careful, Alex, careful, Alex. See, I'm being polite, all right? How many think you could use the same stuff to get them clients to advertising? How many people think you could just reverse engineer this and start running Facebook ads for whatever their target client is without spending much money? Easy, all right? Congratulations, you're all now paid traffic marketers as well as SEO marketers. Congratulations. This is what I do for some of my clients now. I'm slowly breaking into this kind of stuff, but it's working. So, read reviews about their business. And by the way, reputation management. This is another great thing you can offer them. Like, by the way, if I get a surgeon client and there's like 3 reviews saying like he's scarred my face forever or something, he's gonna have a hard time getting clients. So I'm like, by the way, we need to take care of that. So that's another thing you can sell as well. But read reviews. All right, read the type of people that review their product. All right, read about their target market. For example, plastic surgeons market to middle-aged people, mainly with money already. There's no plastic surgeon who markets to poor people. All right, there's no, especially in the leagues I try and compete in. If they do, I don't really want them as my client anyways. But they're mainly selling to people that with money already that want to feel better. All right, nothing about plastic surgery is really practical, but it makes them feel better. All right, just like the Lamborghini isn't needed to really get from place to place, but it makes you feel better. All right, so anything you can do to be more specific makes for better ads and easier sales and smarter SEO. Like I always tell you guys, you'll never see me out there like going and trying to rank for the word like foot. I'm always just doing this easy ass SEO. And that's because it's so much better, and you can get clients by being smart. All right, like the penalties and stuff when stuff goes around and like my site, if one of my sites gets knocked out from like my client's sites or something like that. Actually, there is trouble if like a client's site gets hit. That's why I only use PR links for them. But even worst case scenario, if they got knocked down, like, all right, Dan, look, your site got hit. We're losing, that little bit of traffic, we got going on. I'm just gonna have you ranked again here in the week. He's like, oh, okay, cool. There you go. It's not like at agencies where like when Penguin happens, like that's also a cool thing about my client. The keywords they rank for, I know how to rank for, and I know how to get that ranking back very, very quickly. So if anything goes wrong, it's not like there's a crisis at my house. I'm like throwing my dog in the air and like smashing guitars. It's just, oh, okay, well, I'll go make more PR links. There you go. So keep that all in mind. So laser targeting attraction. All right. So someone said, how would I address the negative review like he scoured my face forever? I would get it off the first page. All right. I would just bury it below YouTube videos, press releases, all sorts of stuff. All right. Because a lot of places like Ripoff Report, like those places are horrible places. Like there's a guy who posted, if you go and type in like Alex Becker SEO, you're going to see the first thing he shows up is a Ripoff Report. And me and the guy worked out the situation and actually became friends within like 3 days of him posting it. I was like, hey, dude, what's up? He's like, I feel like you scammed me. I'm like, I'm sorry. Here's your money back. Here's like a free membership to Infinitum. And if you need any help in the future, dude, I'm right here. Just contact me on Facebook. All right. He's like, awesome. I'm like, by the way, will you take that offline? He's like, dude, I tried and Ripoff Report won't let me take it off. So those places are absolutely horrible. All right. Those are the biggest scam sites on the whole entire world. Anyways. All right. So what was I saying? All right. So how I would handle the target reviews, you just got to bury them, all right? You just got to bury them in Google. And if you're not too good at reputation management, like I'm not a reputation management pro, literally outsource it, all right? There's people that are really good at it there, all right? So, yeah. So keep that all in mind, guys. Those things are damaging. Those will be really hard for clients. Stuff like that is still really even hard for me, It really sucks when like a person types my name and the first thing they see is Ripoff Report and stuff like that. So, that shit's bad. So you just gotta have to bury that stuff in Google. So keep that in mind. So anyways, like really funny, go into Google right now and type in Frank Kern scam. Like he has so much reputation management going on, it's insane. Like there's literally like 80 pages of like people like Frank Kern is on a scam, like filming themselves and stuff like that. So anyways, we're gonna wrap it all up here with kind of 3 little lessons real quick. Laser targeting attraction. What I like to describe this by, when you're writing ads, we've already kind of covered how to write ads and stuff like that. Laser targeting attraction. All right, so I'm going to ask you All right, this is funny. All right, so say you're at a party, all right, and let me use a metaphor. Yeah, all right. Let's say you're at a party, all right, and you're trying to attract this this one girl or guy at the party, all right. If you go there dressed normally, all right, I'm gonna give you two situations. Which situation you think you're gonna get their like attention, like their hard focused attention? It might not be good. I mean, you're never gonna offend anybody with ads doing this, but at a party, this might be a little weird. But which way do you think they're gonna get your more attention? If you walk up to them at the party and offer to get them a drink, or you walk up with a shirt on that has their exact name, their birth date, their favorite color, and favorite movie on it? Which one do you think is gonna get you way, way more attention? Yeah. The second, of course. It's a little creepy, but that's exactly how we get clients. All right, and we're advertising online. It's not nearly as creepy, but by just the best way to get someone's attention, you know, if you want, all right, say you went to a party and you just want to, I'm just going to get old Falker. Say you want to bang just one random girl at the party, all right, just one low-end client, all right, this is kind of the example right now. You'd walk around, you use the same pickup line over and over again, eventually it would work, all right. If you want to pick up one certain type of person, this isn't so much applied to dating, this is just a metaphor. You want to be exactly like specific, head on, this is your name, this is your favorite movie, etc. All right, so keep that in mind. All right, so catchy, clever headlines like pickup lines at a party are for mass marketing. All right, that's where you just want you're out, you're dogging it. All right, so what we want to do is I like to use calling you out headlines, and I showed you that before. Surgeons making over $500,000 per year, and you want to have a very straightforward, specific description. For example, if you're at a ski range and the ski resort is wanting to sell a special pass, and wants mass attention, you will need a very wide focused, attention grabbing headline and a mass appealing description. All right, they're going to need like a billboard that like appeals to a lot of people, the very attention grabbing headline with a mass appealing description and with a general intercom. All right, this isn't guaranteeing the sales, it's guaranteeing attention. All right, that's what they're going to have to do to get everyone to pay attention to it. If they want to sell a special pass to Rick Montague or however you say that, simply by putting his name up on a billboard with an explanation on how it relates to the trip he's on and how it will benefit his kids, Sarah and Thomas, he will sure pay attention and listen. He might not buy, but if like over the intercom it's like Rick Montague with the kids' names Sarah and Thomas in the yellow shirt. We have a pass for you waiting in the office. We'd like to talk to you about it. He will pay attention to it. All right. He will pay attention. And this is exactly what we're doing with Facebook ads. This is how we're able to get their attention without being clever and stuff like that. And what we're doing with Facebook ads is the next best thing. All right. If you want to go out there and you really want one specific surgeon client, go to his LinkedIn, design an ad just to follow him around. I haven't really looked into LinkedIn ads, but I think you do this, and just have his name. Like Dan, let's just say Jake Schwartz, right? Just follows around. Jake Schwartz, I'm the best surgeon operator ever. You could actually, that'd be kind of effective if you got like 50 surgeons' names and just had the 50 ads following them around all day at all times. Just, hey, attend this webinar. Jake, you get back here. You attend this webinar. Jake, look me in the eye and attend this webinar. That would be kind of bad. All right. So, anyways, this is the next best thing. All right. So, what we want to do is identify successful revenue of your target. All right. Find out the revenue for your target. It might change from now and then. So if you're targeting a company, target them in the millions. You know, all right. Construction companies making over 100 million a year. That would be your headline. All right. If it's a personal, like a surgeon, surgeons making over 500K a year. All right. This is just the best headline. It just works for me over and over again. It's so simple and it's just instant. All right. So identify specific. The next thing you want to do is identify specific jobs with a niche. All right. Mommy makeover. That's like a very niche down specific thing in the surgeon niche. All right. Apartment lighting in California. All right. Apartment lighting in Texas. Something like that. All right. La Jolla, California mansion sales, 1 million plus. All right. So 1 million plus, your headline could be like 1 million plus revenue realtors in La Jolla. All right. That will really target someone like that. So the headline, what I like to use, this is just a Facebook headline. You can actually use a lot bigger headlines through emails and stuff like that. But the headline would be like, headline would be income level plus a job plus only. So 500K, $500,000, surgeons only. All right, that's the headline. All right, that's just the headline that will always get the person's attention if they fall in that kind of category. Description: if you are a blank, making blank, then click here to see how I can double your blank this month. At the base level, you can change it up however you want. but you can fill in the blanks, and that'll be effective. That will be an effective description. All right, it's so laser targeted that they will cause the clicks. All right, so another headline you can use is the job, like realtors seeking $1 million house sales, whatever they're seeking. This is for you. Like that's a really good headline for an email. All right, La Jolla realtors making over $1 million a year, seeking new clients or seeking movie star clients, whatever you want to throw out there. This is for you. Just like that. Another really good thing you can put out there, and one thing you can keep in mind, especially if you buy an email list where you have the people's first name, just send them an email with their first name as a headline. They will always open it. It has the highest things. This is Facebook lines, email headlines. Just kind of think about this. This is just kind of stuff. Reword this too. Whenever, I'm sure in other ads you can have longer headlines and stuff like that. Whenever you're making an ad, just keep this kind of formula in your head. All right. So identifying their values. All right. This is how you get a person to go on a date with you, right? Even if they don't like you or they're unsure about it, all right? Rich men do this all the time, all right? This is how you get someone to opt in with you, even if they're not sure who you are yet, all right? Imagine if you knew a girl or a guy, for Carissa, and you knew his favorite place to go, his favorite food, or his or her, its favorite food. We're just gonna call it it. All right, imagine you know its favorite place to go, its favorite food, its favorite car, and its favorite movie, all right? Do you think the chances of getting them to go on a date would be better if that is exactly what you did on your date? You think if you went up to a girl and you're like, hey, you know you're iffy on this, and I'm going to take you on a yacht, and I'm going to take you for your favorite movie, and I'm having your favorite oyster meal hand delivered from Italy right now. Would you go on this date? Yes, they would. All right. So how many do people understand that real quick? How many people think you would get convinced to go on a date with someone that you weren't totally attracted to if they had all your favorite things in the world? Exactly. All right. Give me one real quick. Everybody give me a one real quick. We've been here for a while, so give me some ones. There we go. All right. Good. So, exactly. All right. So this is what we use. We find out what's valuable to them. That's what remember when I talked about the divorcee kind of trends and the website. I found out what their target market is, and in the simplest ways, find out why they're losing it. All right, I find out why they might be losing their target market, and I find ways they can make more money with simple things. All right, that's what I do. All right, I find out what their values are. All right, like you market the 30-year-olds, I'm going to show you why you're not doing it correctly. All right, that's how I get them to come, even if they're not sure. It's like, all right, I have to know this. I have to go. All right, like this Becker guy, he looks like he's 15 years old. He's wearing a suit. He kind of looks like a monkey, but I really want to know what that trend is. There you go. That's how you get them to go over the edge and opt in. All right. So use this to get them on webinars or training. They do not know they need SEO yet. Use SEO as the solution, not the attraction. When you're writing anything, don't be like, hey, I'm going to show you guys cool SEO tricks. Use it as, hey, I'm going to show you to get really good leads. The solution to this is SEO. All right. So creating actions. This is kind of the last lesson, almost the simplest one. It's the easiest part. Oftentimes, a click here is not enough with even the biggest benefits, all right? Like a surgeon comes on, it says, click here to reserve your spot. He goes, I don't know if I have time for it this Wednesday. I think I have a lot of pizza to eat. What you got to do, best way you can really get someone to fulfill the action, maybe he's 80% there. The way to get that last 20% is say, hey, we only have 15 spots to every single person like this in the United States. He goes, oh, God. That gets the extra 10%. He's like, oh, shit, well, you know, I want to be one of those 15. And then you say, all right, well, this info is worth $8,000. Like, oh, gosh, damn it, I'm 95% of the way there. And another thing you say is, like, for all those that attend, I will give you a free workbook that shows you exactly how to target your target market. He's like, oh, I'm 97% of the way there. And you say, by the way, this is never happening ever again. Boom, 100%. He's clicked. He's reserved his spot. All right, that's how most people are. How many people here? Most of the time when you see an opt-in, you hit about 80%. You know. How many people, when you go to opt-in, you usually are about 80% there? Yeah. A lot of opt-ins, a lot of times, a lot of webinars I say, that looks like a great webinar, but I am playing Fun Run on my phone. Yeah. You got to get those extra 10%, and that's exactly what it does right here. And then what you do after that, you say, all right, good. You realize that? Click here now. This is not going to happen again. And that will push the person over the edge. All right. That's how you really do that. So, bada bing. All right. Now, what we're going to be focusing on next year, I believe next week when I release the next blueprint, is I'm going to be showing you a live funnel step by step. I'm going to be breaking down every single step of it. I'm going to show you point where I get them on board, get them to attend the webinar, show them exactly what I do after, right after that. All right, does that sound cool to everybody? You're going to see the whole funnel laid out, everything you need to be putting in the whole entire funnel. Give me one if you like that idea real quick. Cool. All right. I'm going to take a few questions real quick, but everybody real quick, if you are satisfied with this webinar, if you're extremely satisfied with your source dining experience so far, give me a 3. All right, if you're extremely satisfied. Okay, cool. All right, there's tons of 3s. All right, great. I'm gonna record that and just be like, there we go. Cool. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Actually, give me 1 sec. You guys do me one quick favor real quick. Will you guys do me a favor? Where is it? Built-in input. There we go. Okay, guys, I'm gonna do that one more time. If you're extremely satisfied with source dining, I'm just filming it real quick. Hit 3. If you're really satisfied with your source dining experience so far, awesome. Okay, cool. Now I officially look cool. All right, all right, awesome. Dave says up yours. All right, well we got plenty of 3s. We got a bunch of amazing, awesome stuff. All right, thank you so much, guys. All right, so I'm gonna stop filming. There we go. And that is how you gain social proof. Yeah. All right, 1 sec. Let me turn off that. Great. All right. So questions. All right. Anybody have any questions real quick? We've been here for a really long time, almost 2 hours. All right. Someone said, what exactly did I do different with Autopilot V2? How many people want to hear about Autopilot V2? Because I don't want to be up here giving a sales pitch. Okay. So what I did differently with Autopilot V2, and this is just an SEO lesson in itself right now. SEO has gone 2 ways. Either hard black hat spam, or super quality PR links. Like there's literally no in between now. All right. The tools methods we use at Source Autopilot V1, they still work. The PR links we use for that still work very well. All right. Now, with that being said, you know, the V1 works very well right now. There's tons of people getting the agencies. I've lost 1 agency in the past year. All right. So clearly works. Anyways. With that being said, I don't know if it will work 4 or 5 months from now. You know, that's just where it is right now. If you're a V1 member right now, you know, it still works extremely well. We'll keep going. There you go. However, I want to involve with the times. All right. And if you're a V1 member, you can very easily upgrade the V2. So, and it's going 2 ways. The only 2 ways I'm seeing people getting really great results right now are hard black hat spam or super quality relevant PR links. So, what I decided to do is I went the whole other way. I'm like, look, we're gonna V2, we're gonna get away from tools, we're gonna get away from spun content, we're gonna get away from any form of low quality link whatsoever. All right, every link we build, we will be able to self-control, manage ourselves. We don't want our links being anywhere else on the internet. And then what I did is instead of building pyramids out of what I've been doing that's been working very well in SEO right now. This is Dynasty only. I'm not going to reveal this SEO secret anywhere. Maybe it fits in a little bit later on. What I've been doing is I build pyramids out of my PR sites. So I'll have like this. I'll have like PR1, or what a lot of times I'm buying sites PR0s, and I'm buying them by actually this is okay with recording. I can share this nicely. But a lot of times what I'm doing is I'm buying the PR0s based on their links. All right, I have a link broker and he picks out PR0s have really good links. I buy them for next to nothing, but they have really good link profiles. All right. So let's just say I got like a PR3 site. That's the site linking to my money site. All right. So it has relevant content on it, yada. All right. So then I have like 5 PR0s with amazing link profiles. Like one thing you need to understand about Google's PR algorithm is they actually update their PR every single day. They update the public PR every few months. All right. So anyways, so what's going on here? I'll have like 5 PRs, and these PR0s are actually like PR2s and 3s and 4s. All right. Like a lot of times, like as soon as it updates, like boom, like that. So I have like those linking in, and then I'll also send paid ad. I'll get like paid ads. All right. And I'll get like paid links, you know, like PR6 or something, and I'll link that in there too. What I'll do is I'll link that in together. All right. So it's kind of a weird strategy. Bear with me for a second. All right, so what I'll do, also on these sites, I'll link the paid advertisement here. So I got these 5 like PR0s, all right, with great links. Then what I'll do on one of the PR0s, or like a lot of times what I'll do with one of the PR0s is I'll actually interlink it sometimes. I know you're not supposed to do that. I'm not doing this on Autopilot 2, but I'll have like maybe like a PR0 and it'll link to the other ones, right? It it won't, the other ones won't link back to it, and that one won't link to the PR3 I'm talking about right here. But like, all right, let me draw this. Let me draw it. All right. So look, PR3 goes to my money site. All right. I have 3 PR3s or 3 PR0s that I talked about before linking to the PR3. In Autopilot V2 case, we actually have high PR links linking in as the pyramid sites. Anyways, so I have those 3 PR3s, and then I'll have like an actual PR3 right here linking to those PR3s. So those get turbocharged right there, and then I'll send a paid ad to this PR3. So the turbo, like the PR6, goes to this PR3, gets distributed again, and these are all relevant links. All right, all relevant quality content links. The PR gets distributed to these PR3 zeros right here. It's shot in this PR3, and boom, makes like a nuclear bomb that can just jam any site up there. So, got that? So someone said, yeah, it's absolutely gold. And the reason why I said, look, let's make V2 like this is because I can make it like just super high quality, like superb, super high quality. Because when you're running a link building service, especially for agencies, for anybody who wants to make an agency-based service, one of the biggest issues is even if you make them good links, they sometimes won't be satisfied with the links because they just don't really understand SEO. So what I decided is like, if my service is going to be on the fence, it's not going to be on like the black hat kind of like, and we don't do any real black hat right now, but it's not going to be on like the perceived automated link building that's bad. It works just fine right now, but it's not going to be on that perceived. It's going to be on the pure super quality side that works. And so that way, algorithm changes won't really affect us. People get near instant results because of this. And it's just right on the side of the road where I want to be at. So that's why V2 is just going to be absolutely incredible. So, but we're only taking 50 people. So keep that in mind. We're just starting it off. So cool. Yeah, someone said, are even the PR0s relative? Yeah, it's like a PR0 with like an article linked to these 3 PR3s, and it's just a nuke. Someone said, you still need to pillow? Yeah, I still pillow on my sites, all right? The pricing, the base package for this, we're going to have 4 packages. The base package, it will cover up to 5 URLs. It's not going to be like the original Lazy Ace that only covers 1 URL. It's going to be $200 per month. But also, one thing I'm doing with Autopilot, just between you and I don't want tons of people inside of it. I don't want it to ever be a mass produce. I bumped up the price level so that we only have so many people so they get superb customer support. All right. We have just a little bit too many people. We actually have just about the right now, but I want them to have just superb customer support. So we raised the price a little bit. The base package is $199 per month for 5 URLs. But it's best to use it for one site if you're trying to just rank it. The next package up is $497 a month for 3 URLs. Again, 15 URLs total, but it's best to use it for just gung-ho on 3 sites. Next one up is 5 URLs for $897. And that's again up to 25 URLs if you want. And then the big package for like it's around, I haven't quite decided on the price, but it's really going to be around like $3,000, $5,000 per month. This is for the agencies, of course. Is you get your own. I talked about the Slipstream system. That's exactly what this is right now. You get your own Slipstream system set up for you, and then you're basically just renting it from us. So that's the big package. And that's also, remember when I talked about like the Louis Vuitton purses and stuff like that? That's the Louis Vuitton purse for the person who's going to buy it anyways. So yeah, that's the price. So, someone said any updates real quick with learning like GSA. I am looking into it. Like, one thing I want to do at Definitive is like make sure like you can do any type of SEO you want. You want to be super black hat, there you go. So I am looking into that. This right here is just getting gangbuster results. And the reason why I haven't been sharing the sites that I'm doing with is because these are actually the sites that I care about. Like on SourceWave, I can share like the little watch things online, source tabs and stuff like that. And what happens with a lot of those sites, they get attacked. Or Google can go and pick that out. But the sites I'm doing this on right now, I care about. Like, these are sites I need. These are like client sites and stuff like that. So I can't just be like, hey, everybody come look at this. So there you go. Someone said, is it all on separate IPs? All on separate IPs, all different name servers. Our links actually have this plugin in them that stops any other Majestic SEO or any of those tools from even finding them. So like if somebody looks at your Majestic links, they can't see the sites you're getting links from. Like they're just buried into that. So unique articles. Every site is built to look real. Like we have custom logos for every single site, custom authors, custom descriptions, custom like everything. It's like the essence of quality. So And someone said, how do I find the link broker to get you good PR0 sites with great backlinks? You just got to look around. You know, you just got to find. I can't give away my broker's name because it's just too imperative to the business right now. But you just got to look around, really. Anyways, anybody have any other questions based around this or anything else? No more SEO questions. I don't. Been here for 2 hours. I don't want to talk about SEO. Yeah, Steven. The high-end list, niche list is actually on the forums right now inside Dynasty. So you've had access to it the whole time. But I will send it out. So. Someone said real quick, if you're on Autopilot, I'm using Nuclear Strike. Does that mean I'm in version 2? Version 1 and version 2 are completely separate. If you want to upgrade to that later on, you want to upgrade to version 2, that's great, but they're two separate things. Both of them work great right now. I'm still seeing fantastic results from V1. It's just, I want to make sure. The reason why I'm really getting on V2 too is because some people are just dicks and they don't understand. Like, if there's like one thing wrong with their links, like they're following like PayPal disputes and like freaking the frick out and like stuff like that. And like with this from like this business sense, V2 works a lot better. Like V1 works very, very well, but V2 from like a business sense is a lot more manageable because like it's really black and white what we do. And like right now, like V1, if like a lot of people get results, we have very, very low unsubscription rate, very, very low. For an SEO service. And like with V2, like this is just manageable. Like if people want to get shitty with me, I'm like, here is the black and white. There you go. All right. This is what you signed up for. So keep that in mind. Yeah. Oh, the plugin for, if you want it, this plugin that you can download that stops people from viewing your links from your PR sites, it's called Spider Spanker, spelled with a Y. It's great. And someone said, you know, is there a Google Hangouts or a Facebook group for this? I'm going to create a Facebook group for Dynasty. I've been batting back and forth with this. I don't want to create a Google Plus group because I'm never on Google Plus, and I already make an effort to be on the Infinitum forum. I make an effort to be on the Dynasty forum. I make an effort to respond to emails. I really don't have. I don't want to sound shitty, but like I have to time manage. If I'm like jumping between Google Plus, the forum, like. My real opinion, like, if you guys obviously want a Facebook group, so I'm going to make a Facebook group, but my real opinion is, like, keep it all in the forum. Keep it all in one place. The last thing you need to be doing is jumping between Facebook and a forum all day to get your information. Yeah. Yeah, so, I'll make a Facebook group, but if you guys will make your own Google Plus, by all means, but I have no liability. So if you make a Google Plus, I'm like, well, Becker hates us because he doesn't like that. So, yeah, the forum's just fine. Everything's on the forum. So. Cool. Someone says, do I take questions on the client webinars? Yes, but what I'm getting to is where I'm going to start recording the webinars, and I'm going to have them automatically play. So like once people get in, they just get into a funnel, and then like I only hear from them if they want to become a client. So yeah, yeah. Like Steve says, too many places to go already. Like one thing I avoid, like I literally have days and I have set times where I will get on the Infinitum forum and answer posts for 30 minutes, and I will go on the Dynasty. I'll actually check out the Dynasty forum every single day, but I have like set times every day. Like this is where you get on, this is where you answer. I don't. It's not like I'm like working on my business all day. Like I will answer questions. I will come on the forums and shoot the shit, but I have got to time manage. All right, so. Anyways, everybody really enjoyed this webinar. Thank you so much. We've been here for 2 hours. I'm glad everybody had a great time. Enjoyed this stuff. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for being a Dynasty member. You guys make this awesome. Great group of people to be with. So, cool stuff. All right. Awesome, guys. All right. I will catch you later. This recording will probably be up either tomorrow or on Tuesday. All right. I also have the webinar slides, everything you look at. And there you go. All right, guys. Have a good way.